Hello and happy Wednesday, friendos. How we doing? Cousin Tony, what's up, homie? Sassy, good to see you. What's up, Jimbo? Noob, hello, hello. We're probably going to be doing some like real quick fast. It just depends on when everyone's ready for us to link up. But Burglar Gnomes, the full game released today. If you guys don't remember, we played the demo. We had a blast. It was me, Chinggis, and Baron. And we're going to revisit it tonight, but this time we're playing the full game. So I guess we'll see what unlocks. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But yeah. Hopefully we don't see old naked guy in the bathroom again while Baron's trying to flush himself down the toilet. Right? What up, Juju? How are you, friend? Air dried spaghetti. Hello. What's up, Trisha? Macy just played this game with my son earlier. How was? I mean, the demo was a blast. It was so funny. So I'm excited for the full game. What up, Ducky? Moth, hello. Oh, God. Oh, God. Might have to play the game. Play the game as in I can't hear the alerts. All right. I'm going to go ahead and open Phasmo now while we're about to switch scenes. So we should be good to go. Full game's pretty fun. I'm excited. Going through stuff, bought the game today. Excited to play it at some point. Heck yeah. I hope things goes well. I hope everything goes well, Juju. What up, Ribs? Heckin' wholesome. Thank you for the 5 months. Oh, we're just gonna go straight into it, man. We're just gonna do the thing. I can't. God forbid I restarted my computer. God forbid. God forbid. I swears to it. Okay. All right. Let's do one of those guys. Turn this down because that's really loud. Completed APOC 3. Nice. Hey, Lodge. How are you, friend? We'll be everywhere today, Lodge, by the way. Nix, hello. Got the gnome game and started playing with friends. Nice. What's up, Spider Loves Hats? Hello. Sleeving cards for the weekly game night. How are you? I'm good. Okay. Let's do the old turn it off and turn it back on again. Turn it off. Turn it on. I have to do this every single time. Every single time I restart my computer. Every time. Old computer, new computer. I've had to do it on everything. You name it. It feels hot in this room too. Need to cool it down. Not so chill. Hello, how are you? Hello. I played before. Yeah, I played the demo. So we're just going to do a tiny smidge of Phas first, and then we'll switch it over. So if you're on the tube side, it says about Burglar Gnomes. We are going to, but we'll go to Tanglewood so that way we can see Norm. And I think it's fitting. I think it's fine. Amazing. What about you? I'm good. Hi, Cup Fritz. Amber, thank you for the biddies. I'm currently trying to make it so I can actually hear when things happen. All right, let's do audio monitoring. All right, we'll see if that works. If it doesn't, I'll adjust something else too. I didn't break. Every time I restart my PC, I've got to do it. Every single time. Every time. Hold on. Nope. Nothing. Let's try this. Because I know they're coming through chat. I just can't hear them myself. That is the issue that we are having right now. What if I do this one instead? All right, we'll try that. All right, get out of there. Go over here. Do one of these. Okay. Was able to catch a stream for once. Hello, friend. Let's walk around for a minute. Make sure that we're not lagging or anything. Which it seems okay. Gnomes. Yeah, we're going to start with just a tiny little smidge of Phas. And then after that, we will move over to Burglar Gnomes with some friendos. Yeah. Nope, I still hear nothing. Classic. Okay, let me switch the source back to what it was, and then we'll go from there. And watch, it's just going to start working for no reason. That's what's going to happen. Hey, BLT. My day has been good. Today was Mrs. Flash's birthday, so did all the things, obviously, for the missus. There we go. I gotta check see if you're streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna look for things to do. Oh, I will not be live tomorrow. No, not for Thursday. Unless something weird comes up where all of a sudden I've got the time to do it. Probably not. But I hope it's a good birthday though. Oh, thank you, friends. I appreciate you. What I get her? Oh, I got her a few couple things throughout the week. So rather than it just being about today, I've been getting her things throughout the week. Yeah. Say you were getting something that she really wanted. Well, no, I was getting her things that I thought would be meaningful. That's what it was. Things that I thought would be meaningful. Okay, I still can't hear the alerts. I figured it would have fixed it by now. No, we're not having it. Okay. Hi, Apocalypse. How are you? Amber, thank you for the gifted to Caro, I think it is. Thank you so much. Leah, thank you for the 9 months. Teriel, thank you for the 18 months. Yeah, give me a sec. Once I figure this out, then we'll get into it. I promise. It is goofy having to do. I would love to find a permanent solution. That'd be great. That'd be stupendous. Is my door open? Okay, I might open it some more because it feels warm in here. It feels warm in here. We are not doing the challenge. We already posted the weekly. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Negative. Did I give her the gifts yet? Oh, yeah. It's like almost 8:30 at night. Oh, yeah. Finally caught you on a stream. What's up, dude? How are you? What am I doing today? So we are going to be playing Burgle and Gnomes. I'm just starting with a little bit of Phas first, and then we'll switch over once everybody's ready to rock. Maybe this will buy me some time to try to figure out what the hell's going on. Maybe, because that's still not working. Relentless, thank you for the biddies. Thank you so much, friend. Long story short, what happens is when I restart it, it's almost like it forgets what audio it should be listening to for the monitoring device. So that's why I can't hear the alerts that are going on. So I'm going to keep switching until we figure it out. Oh, I think I heard it. Oh, I think that was it. Spaghetti, thank you for the biddies. I think I figured it out. Yeah, we did. Dinosaur, thank you so much for the biddies. Thank you, guys. I thought Burgling with Gnomes was a challenge on Phas. Oh, no. Burgle and Gnomes is literally a game. Yeah, so we're going to go into Tanglewood. We'll only play Tanglewood till we switch because that's where our buddy Norm is. So from one gnome to another, you know? Yeah, he's going to teach me the ways. We're going to take him into the ghost room and he'll show me how to steal some shit. I think that sounds fair. Need to get its crap together. It's weird to say. No, it's not. Burgle and Gnomes is such a funny game. It is so good. And if you're playing with the right people, it really can make a difference. Not dressing as a gnome is a missed opportunity. I just wasn't ready for it. When do I stream? Right now. I wasn't ready for it. Yeah. If you do exclamation point schedule, you can get my stream schedule though. All right, let's do a nightmare at Tangle so we can take Norm into the ghost room and hopefully get him to talk to us. We got to learn from the master gnome himself. Yeah. If anything goes missing in this map, I'm sure that it is because of him. All right, let's mute this. There we go. Fun challenge idea. Steal everything from Tanglewood without dying and then throw Norm inside and blame it all on him. No, it's like, because getting the ghost to interact with Norm and getting him to talk is such a rare thing to get. I feel like you got to go in there and you've just got to wait it out and see if he actually talks eventually. Maybe. I don't know. Thank y'all for the biddies and the subs. Thank you so freaking much. There we go. I can actually hear it. Skeletor, thank you for the 10 months. All right. We've got Luke Sherman, parabolic microphone, 25%, and EMF. So we are going to find out what the ghosty room is, and then we're going to go put Norm in there immediately. Holy lag, Batman. Hey, what's up, Kudo? How are you? Ah, there he is, our bucko. There he is. Look at him. in all of his normie little glory. I love it. I love it. Okay. Let us find you. First power. It is nightmare, so I'm only going to get 2 pieces of evidence and power starts off. We don't... Oh my god, that scared me. Jesus. Good lord. Archmage. Hello, friend. Jesus. Nothing. Hey, Gold Tiger, how are you? What if a sound detector would pick up Norm's voice? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if I've tried to do that. Well, I guess it's right there. Hot diggity dog. Why don't you care for sports anymore? That's a very, very random thing to come in here with. What VOD were you watching when you heard me say that? But hi, welcome in. It's a matter of not really just investing in sports. I just, as I started to, like later in life, I just stopped caring. I just don't watch sports anymore. I do, but I usually, it's like with my kiddos. Give me this, give me this, give me this. Let's go. Hot diggity. I swear to God. Lesser Diamond, I'm good. How are you? Probably try it tomorrow. Wait, what are you trying to? Oh, the Norm thing. Oh, hey, you're not a mayor. Thank you. What the hell? We got goo. Let's go. Just realized you got gifted. Let's go. Hello. Streams have been the hyperfixation. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for coming in to say hello. Thank you. Stop. We'll do it. We're going to be doing just for anybody that's just popping in. We're going to be doing a little bit of Phas, and then we're going to be switching right over to Burgle and Gnomes because the game was full release today. What about Norm? I'm bringing him in on this run. I'm going to get 2 things and we're going to take him in. Do this one and we'll do this one. He's coming. Relax. He's going to be there. Scooby Shaggy. Thank you for the 16 months. Come on, Norm. Let's go, bucko. Here, you get that spot right there in the bed. Look at that. Prime position. Look, he's ready to go. My man. Oh, it's gonna be too late. Whatever. All right. Well. Dude needs to chill the F out. We've got writing and we've got ultraviolet. So we have a demon, myling, Poltiro, Bumbo. All right, let me go get a sound recorder. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll talk to, well, he'll get Norm to talk. Who am I playing Burgle and Gnomes with? I'm going to be playing with Break of Daylight, possibly Mighty Chingus. I don't know. Depends if he took a nap today or not. And Mr. dressed up like a gnome himself, Bearded Darren. Give me a smudge. Give me one of these. Let's go. Goosely, thank you for the 13-month prime, dude. Welcome back. Whoa. Thought I said Chingus was sleeping about 20-ish minutes ago. Well, he's getting his nap in then, so I expect no excuses from him. All right, make Norm talk. Here, I'll just hold record. Speak. Hey, Ghost, my day is good. How is yours? What's up, Mel? Speak. Do the thing. Have I played Burgle and Gnomes for? I have. I do. I did. I played the demo. I have a video about it. It's posted. It was back in like February or something. We want this to happen. Do the ting. Very unlikely, but what is Burgle and Gnomes about? It's about gnomes that burgle. Saw the short about Baron getting yeet. Oh yeah, dude, I had to include it. The proximity chat fade off is so funny, and I love it so much. You heard him, Norm. Do the Norm. I mean, the roar. Shut up. Hello? There we go. Get a better look at him. There we go. All right, Norm. Do the thing. Why do you look so angry? Do the norm. Yeah, that's what I said. It makes sense. Maybe a Pulte? Wrong gnome. Close, but wrong gnome. Okay, you know what? Hold on. Quit it with your chuckeries. Actually, no, let's leave that open. Do it! I'm just gonna sit here all night. The light is on? Yeah, but the light wasn't on in there, and that's a separate room. So if the ghost walked into that room, it could throw in this room. That's what you have to be careful about. We are waiting. Come on. Do it. There's not much else you can interact with here. I'm so glad that the ensuite is its own room now, as it should be. It's a really large room. Look like a reporter trying to... Hey! Norm, thoughts? Hi, Mr. 420. Whatever Gnome's Day, that's right. Let's go back. No, it's because we want him to do something he never will. It's when you're not expecting it, like right now. Any evidence? Yep, we got UV in writing. That's all I'm gonna get. We're on Nightmare. You're gonna do it when I'm not ready. I just don't care at this point. Okay. Maybe we go get another smudgy or two and we make it hunt. And then we can run Tangle again if we have to, depending on what time we have. Really, Pop? Hello. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome. The ruler of Tanglewood. Oh. Give me this. Just give me that. The ghosties that we have possibilities for are Demon, Myling, Pulte, and Obumbo. Obumbo. I do need a photo of any... yeah. I need this. I need this. Do I have an extra smudge in my hand? Nope. Give me. Alright. F it. Might as well complete the objectives while we're here. Do you think if the sound sensor near Norm, you could hear him through that? I'm not sure. I've never tried. There we go. Stop it. No. 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 Good God. Son of a bitch. Chelsea. Chelsea, thank you for the 31 months. Welcome back. Now, I have a feeling that you actually would be able to hear him on the sound sensor because I'm pretty sure you can hear him on the parabolic. Like if he talks right now, I'm pretty sure that I can hear him through this. Seems like a two-person job. Oh, for sure. Because I wouldn't be able to, unless I go sit in the truck and wait. Oh, that's real cute. I went in Rome. While we're here. Give me this. What's our hiding situation looking like? I have no sprint. What the fuck is going on? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, that entire time I had 0 sprint left. Everyone, we're fine. Severe storms be coming. Ooh, stay safe. It's not a stalker. Mimic mimicking a mimic. Oh yeah, the ghost running mimic. I did hear about that. Yeah. Always watch the YouTube. Never been able to catch a stream. Well, welcome in, Bunny. What are we? Shut your lips. What's up, Rorsum? How are you? Did I say, is Myling on my list? Yeah, okay. We can do a Myling test. What's up, Aubrey? Cab, thank you for the 7-month prime, dude. Yeah, we'll do it from here. How do you test for a Myling? Like this. I don't hear any footsteps, but I hear all kinds of stuff being thrown around and doors being touched and everything. Myling's footsteps are quieter, so it needs to get closer to you for you to hear it. And usually you start to hear it when your flashlight starts to blink. And we heard no footsteps. You don't hear. Just eat this, stupid. Shut up. Leave me alone. Should do APOC 3 no items. Oh, that sounds like a fun idea. Said no one. How about this? I'll make you a deal. You record you doing a full APOC 3 no items. You DM it to me, and then I'll consider it for stream. How about that? Dude, what a hooker. All right, we're good. We can get out of here. We're fine. Still no we might be able to do another run. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a talking norm in the next one. Bet? No, I don't want to bet. I'm not much of a gambler. All right, cool. Myling. Oh, I didn't do that. I don't care. The laughs always make me think that the ghosts are up to something. They are. Up to doing nothing.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Got it. Hey, Wicked Viking, how are you? The video file would be terabytes long. Unless it's like a 540 resolution. It's literally torture. It is torture. Nobody would choose to do that. Unless you're like Nuka Dave. Yeah. If you have suggestions, you're more than welcome to put them in the Discord. Yeah, doing them in chat's not going to do you any good because I'm going to forget about them in the next 2 minutes, probably. Finally got my first APOC perfect. Kind of a low danger APOC, but hey, whatever. It's better than, listen, it's stepping stones. It's stepping stones. All right, let's do this one. We're going to do a no evidence run with Norm. Not in the Discord? That's totally fine. I have plenty of places you can DM me.
And get set up before investigating. The ghost here seems to be linked to a cursed object. Go and take a closer look. Maybe
sounds like something Justly would do. It does sound like something Justly would do. The storms you guys get must be scary. It depends on where you are in the country. It really does depend. Let's see. Okay, we're good. Spooky Queen, hello, friend. Any pets? I do have a doggo. Her name is Josie. You can go see her face at Bleasdale. Whatever happened to the game suggestion we were doing in Discord? I decided to merge it into one suggestion channel with tags. Because I had multiple suggestion channels that I think got confusing because people were putting things in the wrong, like putting suggestions in the wrong place. So F that. It's one suggestion channel. It's a forum. You go in there, you put your suggestion. You can't even post unless you choose a tag. So if you choose a tag that's the wrong one, it just means that you, I don't know, I guess you like closed your eyes and started slapping your phone. But besides that though, I think it keeps it nice and organized. Nice and neat. It's less of a footprint of a server rather than having 500 channels. Every Bleasdale I save Josie just for you. You stop it. Thank you, Juju. Oh my God. What do we have? Alex Hill, incense, motion sensor, EMF. All right. We're going to do EMF and motion sensor. We're going side quest. Side quest. Saw the shirt and I had to. I appreciate you, Juju. Let's go. Side quest time. All right, first the power. see a bone in our travels. We might as well get her up. All right, there's the juice. Oh, look, all bone. Well, there's 2 photos. Ghosty. Oh, Ghosty. Where you at, bruh? Okay. Literally right here. We'll come back for that in a minute. I totally forgot to put it in the room. Hi, Norm. I'll get you in a second. We'll be fine. Sook, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. All right. We've got crucifix. Remember, this is a no evidence run. So crucifix. We'll get the sound recorder. And let's get the other one, too, while we're there. What's up, Connie? How are the ghosts today? Not bad. We've only done 1 hunt, so haven't done too much. All right, Norm. You know what, Norm? I'm going to put you dead center of the room. There you go, big guy. We got you covered. I don't even know if this is really the... I mean, it said it's the room, but temps aren't very low. I think that's an actual hiding spot. It didn't have a locked icon. Nothing? Okay. Let's go find it. Moonlight, late to the party? Nah, you're good. There you are. I might even take sanity because I did look in the mirror, which means it dropped me by 20, so I've got to be careful. FNAF, welcome back. Hello, friend. Give me the pills. Give me the salt. Give me another motion sensor and a firelight. Ghost doesn't want to be alone. It's not being very active right now. The only reason I even know where it is because of the mirror. I should get a thermo to make sure it doesn't change rooms. That'd be the smart thing to do. Yeah, the crunchy pills. I know. So crunchy. Norm, will you please say something? No, Norm, not you. Norman. Hey, Simply, how are you? He's just a shy little guy. He might be. Not having it? Oh, I'll take that, though. Sold. We need a photo of the EMF. Go ahead and get that while we're here. Want to give me one more sound real quick? Just go ahead and triple threat. Either he's lost or he wants us to get lost. I'm not...
while the sun shines.
The second I throw this down. Gosh dang it. Make hay while the sun shines, he said. The timing is impeccable, little prick. Can you actually record it? I'm not actually sure if you can or not. You might not even be able to record it, but I wanted to check because I thought that'd be a pretty sweet recording to have. Why such an easy game mode? No evidence? But also, because you're really good at something, why does it have to be the most extreme difficulty that you could possibly make? Because if you enjoy a game mode, I don't think you have to pass that and be APOC walking backwards, monitor off while doing, you know, side flips to try to make it as difficult as humanly possible. I like getting evidence. And sometimes I like doing no evidence like this. So yeah. Such an easy game mode. I think a no evidence run for a lot of the player base, I don't think would say is such an easy game mode when the most played difficulty is probably intermediate or professional. If only we could do side flips. I mean, one of these days you'll be able to, just not yet. Can you imagine how wiggly our legs would be? All right. Norm can talk. Yes. Yes, he can. Let's get another one of these. Let's get another one of these. If you're doing evidence, which I'm not, why not zero sanity to figure it out quicker? Because it's not about it's because it's not about that. I have zero sanity. I have zero evidence. I try to do a full gambit of things. I try to do a lot. Yeah, I'm very well aware of how zero sanity works. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very well aware of how that works. But it's nice to be able to get things like the demon hunting you at 100%, or getting the Pulte ability and having the time to be in the room to enjoy it, rather than just trying to rush to a hiding spot, go sit there and wait, rush to a hiding spot, go sit there and wait. So there's give and take no matter what type of game mode you play. Maybe that's just me. Not a mayor. Do I need another photo? So Ghosty, turn on the light so we know it's not a mare. Yeah, cleanse. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can get poopy water. I'll poop. If you're speedrunning the game with zero sanity, you might want to move on to another game because you're bored. Well, I think that certain people enjoy the game in their own way. And there are some people that will do endless amounts of zero sanity, zero evidence runs because they really, really enjoy it. And I think there's zero problems with that at all. At all. I think it's great. You should play the game the way you want to play it. Why did I put you there? But I don't like doing just one type of game mode. I like doing all of them. I enjoy zero sanity. To me, that's way more fun. Okay. Cool. I'm glad. For me, I like to be able to play the game in its entirety. And I think when you only do zero sanity, zero evidence, you're removing half of the game. That's why I don't like it all the time like that. All right. Ghosty's not moving around. Not a Jin. Why does YouTube chat feel empty? Because you stopped talking. Yeah, they were blaming you about it. You just didn't see it. Bro, relax. Okay. There you go. Get back into your little room. Let's lay down some salt. Ooh. Who cares if I did? I can beat APOC 3 consistently. Doesn't matter my level if I'm good. Are you responding to somebody? Or was that some comment to me out of weird context? Does the Obake have Force UV? It does when you actually have evidence. Oh, they're responding to you. Oh, okay. Fair play. All right, so Ghosty's back here, so we know it's not a Wraith. Now we're going to check for a Galliu. We know it's not you. We know it's not you. What's the name of the ghost? Alex. Check this now. I just joined a spicy message. That happens. From time to time. From time to time. What did they say, Mayor? What did I miss? I feel so left out. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. They paid for Prestige 20. Did they say that in the chat? No, they did not. I'm trying to, Norm. Hold on. Read their history. Oh, hold on. Norm, you've got to wait, brother. Oh my God. It was literally the first message that they ever sent in my chat. I paid for Prestige 20 because I work 5 16-hour shifts a week. Ain't got time to grind. That is the first they're banned right now, but that was the first message they ever sent in here. Followed by, hold on. I feel like you guys are really, missing out, and I want you to be a part of the fun. Okay. I feel like you guys are not getting to enjoy the fun as much as we are. I hate to be that guy. I don't really do this ever. It just feels very appropriate. Feels very appropriate. Fucking bruh. Look at this shit. So this is the person, they just came in and were asking me why I'm playing on such an easy game mode when I'm doing no evidence. Okay. I paid for Prestige 20 because I work 5 16-hour shifts a week, ain't got time to grind. I'm assuming that was in response to us probably talking about people that pay for prestiges in the multiplayer lobby stuff, where someone is hacking or cheating and they're giving prestiges to somebody. So this guy literally bought into that, or this person bought into that. Okay. Literally bought into it. And I know every mechanic goes to ability and got prestige 5 alone. I just wanted to be maxed. What does prestige give you? ID cards and loadout slots. It's not pride thing. I play solo. I just like being maxed. I think it's OCD. Someone correct me if I'm wrong if you have OCD. I feel like that's not an OCD thing. I like to be maxed. So shit. I mean, so does that mean that they paid to be prestige 4,000 now? Definitely not OCD. I don't have OCD, so I'm just making assumptions here. Doesn't make any sense. that makes zero sense. That's a hard fucking cope. Sounds one of the best players at Prestige 11. Your level or prestige doesn't say how good you are. Some people pick things up quick. And then this is where he was talking today. If you guys missed it, if you missed the fun. Why such an easy game mode when you're good? And that's when I responded with, it doesn't matter how good you are. It's a matter of what you enjoy playing. So if I like playing professional, it doesn't matter. If I could have some of the most hours in this game ever, if I like playing pro. Hey, listen. We're busy, dude. Can you back off? That'll buy us some time to keep reading. Anyway, sorry, excuse me. So if you're doing evidence, why not zero sanity? This is for people that maybe missed it, okay? If you're doing evidence, why not zero sanity to figure out it quicker? You can attack room if it's normal. So first he's asking me, why such an easy game mode when you're good? So he's claiming that I'm good. And then he's saying, basically telling me how to play. Am I good or am I not? Literally contradicting himself in 2 messages. I don't know why you're so defensive. I see what you mean. So I think that's when they started talking to Mayor, because Mayor's probably giving them shit because Mayor went back and read their messages and read that they paid for prestiges. Sad that you take a video game without any competitive integrity seriously. It's sad that you paid for prestiges in a game that has no competitive nature to it. There is 0 ranking system outside of your prestige level, which is not a competitive thing, but you pay to be the highest prestige because it makes you look cool. I bet they get all the ladies. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Dude, long story short, please don't pay for prestiges. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You are wasting money. I said that we're busy. Secondly, play the game the way you want to play it. Don't let anybody tell you, based on your experience, I think that you should be playing like this. This is such an easy game mode for you. How about f off? Play the game you want. Play the game the way you want to play it. Good Lord. Came in to start crap. No, I don't think that I think that they came in. I think that they came in with that legitimately. Like, I think they came in trying to get real responses out of that. And then they got outed real fast when Mayor went back and saw their messages and read about them paying for prestiges. What a tool bag. Would you stop turning this lamp on? God. Oh shit, it's Michael Jackson. Everybody run. Are they so rude? I don't even know, like, I think it's because they just want to be right. If I had to guess what that was, I think it was just they wanted to be right. Yeah, just yeah, that's a kid for sure. That's a kid. They just got out of school. They're trying to like make a name for themselves in the Phasmo community with their paid for 20 prestiges. God, what a douche. All right, anyway. What the hell? Oh, there goes my flashlight. I didn't want that anyway. Flashlight's stupid. Oh, but it still works though. Oh, there it is. There we go. Who thinks they can out? I'm sure there's plenty of people that can. But damn, if you're going to come in here and do it, at least try, for God's sakes. Tree. I love the game because it's so versatile and you can play how you want at your own speed. Exactly. I think that's part of the reason why I wasn't a big fan of them trying to nerf people that tried to speed run. You know, I don't like that they try to nerf people doing that because I'm a fan of you being able to play the way you want to play. And if you play in a manner where you speed run strats you find, them going out of the way to nerf a strategy that was found or used by like 5% of the player base doesn't really make sense to me. It just seems like a waste of resources. So it was like the monkey paw strat that people found at Sunny Meadows. That was nerfed because, and also if you go right now and you go to do a custom game and you choose a monkey paw, the reason that the monkey paw gives you basically zero money if you make that your part of your custom is because of those strats that people found. But nobody was doing it except for a very small amount of players. He works 80 hours a week, and so do I. I also work as a tow truck driver on call after my normal hours, so technically I work 80 plus hours and still have time to grind, right? It's like, or you just get your level legitimately and then call it a day. That just means that they cheat in every game that they play. That's what that means. Yeah. Would you say that the more you play, would you say the more you play, even if you lose, you still get better? Well, yeah, because you're learning, like in Chinggis's words, what not to do. For sure. When you're first learning how to play the game, and if you're not watching people how to, like, so no one's teaching you how to play, you're learning all by yourself, then, bro, are you a banshee? You're probably not. You're going to be something, you're going to be a goofball, but I don't know what you're going to be. What are you? But absolutely, with the times that I get got by Ghost, my hope is that I got some information from that. My hope. Oh yeah, I crossed off Banshee, didn't I? Yeah, you're right. Touche. It's an Alex. You're right. My hope is that I learned something. Wait. Do I have photo or video of you? Hey, can you show up again, please? I'm getting a little suspicious. Is it a phantom? I literally was just thinking the same thing. Like, is this a phantom? Okay, we'll be switching here soon, friends. Just a heads up. Just a heads up. Goes fat. Goes fat. Oh, see. Yeah, its name is Alex. Yeah, it is. So it can't be a banshee. Oh, you son of a bitch. I dodged the front fart to get hit by the back fart. What an ass. Oh, wait. No. Shit. Poop photo gone. Okay. Brand new. Listen. Yeah, today, Burgle and Gnomes came out, the full game, so we want to give it a whirl. Yeah. Unless Alex is Alexander. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not the poo-wop photo, but we need a ghosty photo because I've been dodging the ghost 100 times and I haven't taken a photo of it. That's not menacing. Would you stop it? See, thank you so much, man. But yeah, that was our, I mean, listen. That was our TED Talk, okay? We've had that talk many a times. Play the game the way you want to play it. Don't cheat. Don't buy levels. That's so stupid. It's such a dumb thing to... Such a dumb thing to do. Oh, you are a phantom. Hey. Oh, shit. Legend, thank you. Oh my god, dude. It was invisible that entire time from around that corner. Good lord, that is... Oh yeah, this thing is tired of our shit. Listen, you've been sitting there just trash talking this whole time. Norm, tell him. You just stalked me. You sick bastard. Flash, do you have any nicknames? You just literally used it. The full door open thing was not a Ure? No. Hey, Norm, do you have any words of wisdom for us? Norm, we're about to go play the Burgle and Gnomes. I need wisdom. Oh no. Can I? Shit. Oh, you are such a butthole. That was mean. Take Norm with us. Norm's coming with. Norm is coming with. Hey, Pokey Guy, what's up, dude? Welcome in. One day I hope my last words in life are, you are such a butthole. Yeah. What is the new game on? Platform? Steam. Why do you not go near the ghost during events? Why don't I go near the ghost during events? Typically, I don't go near the ghost during events. It's usually when I'm trying to retain my sanity. Because if you run into the ghost during an event... Wait, hold, please. Okay, we're good. If you run into the ghost while it's eventing, you lose sanity. Now, funny enough, with the Phantom, you lose sanity by looking at the ghost while it's eventing. So if you just so happen to be playing on Pro, or maybe you're playing on Nightmare, or you're like this, where I have a sanity watch, if the ghost events on me and I'm watching it, you know what? Hold on. Before we do anything, hold on. Do I have enough sanity to get myself back? You know what? I kind of want to show that. I don't know if I've ever actually been able to visually show that before. Air dried sketty. Thank you for the biddies. Let's pill up real fast and show that. Do you only need play solo? What do you mean? Only need to play solo for what? Does Burglar Gnome cost money? It does. It does. I think it's on like a 10% sale right now. I think so. Okay. There we go. We should be good. Twizzy, hello. Give me this. We just want to go sit in there with the lights and hopefully Ghosty will event on us. And then we can just watch it while we have our watch out. So that way we can see how much sanity we're losing. Play by yourself or with friends. Burglar Gnomes we're playing with friends. this. Do this. Do this. There we go. Now this is connected to this room, so if I want to stop all sanity loss. All right. Now hopefully it does the singing event that it's been doing 500 times. Hey. Stop it. Hey, Super, how are you? You still have your smudge. I'm aware. I picked it up from the truck. Yeah. Would you stop it? So, what we want to do is we want Ghosty to event and hopefully be the singing event so I can just watch it. That doesn't stop you from what, like, visual, like line of sight, because my cursor's covered by my hand. Hopefully that doesn't screw it up. Content warning? I have. Yeah, we got bored of it. It was fine. It felt like a big stretch to try to get anything. We had to really go out of the way. Ghosty. Got a dog toy for you. Ghosty, I need an event now. I know you did, like, you've done a lot of them, but we need more. We need more. Nope, that's not what I made. Hold on. Shit, that was too fast. I couldn't tell. God dang it. Ghost, you suck. Hey, PK, how are you? All right, we're back. I'm ready. Did you ever like Lethal Company Repo? I did. We had a lot of fun with Repo. The mods that you could get for that game were so fun. Repo we really enjoyed too. But those weren't games that I felt like I could play every single day. There was just no way. No way. Ghosty, we're doing an experiment, please. If you would help us. There's no light on that smoke detector. Yeah, that needs changed. Love Repo, really enjoy Headliners. Haven't played in a long time. I haven't played Headliners in quite a long time. I've heard there's been updates, but with that game, I think the thing with Headliners was you just basically, you loaded in and went right to the street because inside the buildings, it just wasn't as good of action as the street. Oh. Yeah, we know the ghost is a phantom. I'm trying to do a test right now. Kind of hate the term friend slop. Kind of makes the game sound icky. I don't mind it. Honestly, I really don't mind it. Hi, Defini. How goes the ghosty games? Good so far. We're just trying to get a phantom to event again so we can show something. Which, watch, it's not going to happen now. Dorito! So I'm late, just woke up from the hospital nap. Hospital nap! Playing with Baron and Chinggis again tonight with the gnomes. We are playing gnomes tonight. I do not know if Chinggis is joining or not. I believe he was sleeping basically now. So I don't, okay. It's not, we're just gonna have to give up. Just another singing event. Like, I borderline thought you were a banshee even though you couldn't be. Come on, do it. Loves the firelights. He's shy. I'll turn around. My brain just hears slop. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. But I like them. I don't mind them. I know a lot of people try where there was a movement where people were trying to give these games a lot of grief. I don't mind friend slop games. I enjoy them. It's just more fun to have trying another game and then another game and then another game. It keeps it fresh. Norm, talk. Maybe a mimic. Would a mimic be able to stay as a phantom for like a good solid 15 to 20 minutes? Probably unlikely. Need another word for it. We'll think of something. Norm, tell the ghost to event. What if I'm holding you? Maybe then the... Just taking a photo of a phantom while it's hunting in the hunt. Nope. Makes the ghost disappear. Here. Talk. Oh, sorry, Norm. Gotta insult the meatloaf, I guess. Is that the thing that always gets him? Hey, does your meatloaf suck too? Friends, we might have to give up. Wow, what a dickhole. We might have to give up. I'm trying. I'm just waiting around. It's not having it. What if I go to leave? Maybe it'll do it. All right, heading off. See you later. Touching your phone. You have a cursed object to force the hunt? No, I mean force an event. I have a mirror. F this. Kev, what the hell? What is wrong with you? That's gonna itch when it dries. What a awesome thing to hear. Oh yeah, I did leave Norm. Well, I was hoping that the ghost would have a new buddy. Yeah, I want him to have all the fun. Okay. All right, let's do the old switcheroo, friends. Let's get out of here. I have ads coming as well, so when the ads do hit, then that'll be in the middle of us switching games, so you won't be missing much. You'll be totally fine. Totally fine. Meg, thank you for the 23 months. All right, let me start playing this. What I missed? We just did a couple of Phas games before we switched over to Gnomes. All right, let's see. Burglin Gnomes. Full release. We'll switch this. Yeah, this was a lot of fun when it first came out. Yeah, I played it as a demo too, so it's now a full game. I wonder if they're available. Friends in game. Oh shit. Watch. Join game. Wait, is that break? Dot dee dot. That's Daffodoo. No, that was I say. That's freaking Daffodoo. That's old Daffodoo. You haven't seen this one before? It's great. Look, there's all hail Daffodoo. It's become my favorite game with friends. Oh my god. Dafoodle, hi friend, how are you? It's a me. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play ads. While I'm playing ads, we're gonna try to connect with our friendos. Who making lobby. All right, I'm running the ads now just to get him out of the way, friends. He's playing the tutorial. Oh, okay. I've already done the tutorial. I've already done it. They've added so much. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited. It looks fun. Oh, just wait till you actually see. If you haven't seen any gameplay of this, this is Burgle and Gnomes. It is a fantastic game. This game is now fully released. So they've added a crap ton of stuff that we're going to get to experience for the first time. So this should be fun. Yeah. Gonna propose to your girlfriend, any tips? Oh God, I don't know. Make it epic and awesome. Never heard of this, but this should be so much fun to watch. Ooh, it's gonna be good. Oh, it's gonna be good. All right, here. While the ads are playing, might as well be on the ad screen. All right, Burgle and Gnomes is good there. It's good there. Bow, 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 bow. Okay. Yeah, we should be good. We should be good. Zombie Sarah, hello, how are you? Do you have to play the tutorial again since it's a full release? I don't know if you have to or not. I did it earlier today just to make sure, but I don't know. It didn't seem like you had to. Is it on console? I don't think so. Not yet. He joined break. Okay. Ah, there we go. Let me know about volumes, friends.
Well, there goes the neighborhood. There it is right there. Mm-hmm. Oh.
You better get your damn paws off me, I swear to God.
Oh my God. Well, I got it.
Yeah.
Bazinga!
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll hold. Here, I got it. Go ahead.
All right.
Hold on, we go say hi to our buddy.
No, don't look up.
Oh, wait.
Don't look up.
Here we go.
Come on. There we go.
There
There's
we
a
go.
little bit more.
Okay,
Yeah. Here it is. Right here.
I'm working on it.
There's a little bit more. All right. All right, now pull me up.
Could be louder.
Look
Okay.
back at my screen and I was falling.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
What the
Hey,
hell?
what happens if I pull on this?
Hey, I don't.
What?
That's not something I want to hear somebody say when I can't see what they're doing.
What do you mean?
What happens if I pull on this? He says.
Oh,
Perfect.
Oh my God. Going in. Wait, going up.
there it is. Where's Changus?
I don't
Oh
know.
my
Is he
God,
sleeping?
You're a bearded gnome. I haven't heard from him.
Oh.
Oh,
I
don't be
see your
a
name.
sad little gnome.
Oh, don't cry. Tingus will be here. Maybe. Unless he's not done napping.
Oh, Uppy.
Puppies.
Oh,
Oh God! Oh shit!
Please.
Do I have my arms back? Help!
No,
Help.
no, no,
No?
You're still harmless.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be
Oh.
fine. No worries.
Oh.
oh
Oh,
my
Oh.
God.
you're good now.
Okay. When outbreak? I don't know. At some point.
I'm touching that
Stop.
booty. I'm touching that
You better get your
booty.
goddamn mittens off me. You better let go right now.
I'm
You better
touching
stop
that
it. You better knock it off. Get off me. Stop it. Stop. No. No. Going in. Ew, why would you
Don't do it.
voluntarily go in there?
I'm gonna touch it.
Gross.
I'm touching it.
Don't touch it. No, leave it alone.
I'm touching it.
Ow! Ew.
It's okay. I got you.
Thank you.
It's okay.
No, stop it.
Here we go.
No,
Just a little bit more.
no,
Come on.
no, don't do it. Okay, we can do it together.
Do it.
He's doing it now. Let's go. Oh my god! Oh my god! No! Oh no! He lost his arms in battle, but he grew some nice boobs. No, it's all of us putting our voice changers on.
Money said that he's installing the game now because he doesn't love us enough to be able to
ready.
do it beforehand.
That's all right.
Oh my god.
We can become experts while he's installing.
Hey, okay, hey, listen. When he gets here, okay, I think we just kind of, okay.
Okay, wait, hold on. One more time.
Yeah,
What do we got to do?
We go and do them, and then we just go.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Move your
Stop.
voice.
I can't move my face. How do I do that? Oh.
This is why we can't have nice things. Oh god, you killed him.
That's right. Here we go. We'll
Okay,
just
well,
burn the
we
body.
don't
They'll never
dispose
know.
of the body. Yeah. Get rid of the evidence.
All right. He's a little charred. Here, let's get him back in there. He doesn't look good enough. He's not done enough yet.
No, wait, hey. No, let's go.
There we go. There we
Just
go.
like that. Oh. He's so cute.
It's like Peter Pan. He's like the shadow.
He's like a well done marshmallow, you know?
Okay. I see what this is.
There he
I
goes.
see what's happening here.
No, it's fine.
It's not gnomic.
Ah,
We're all
Duke.
gnomes. You can't
But at
say
least-
things like that.
At least we all dressed up for the stream, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I put my hat on and everything.
Well, no, I didn't. I didn't.
What?
I'm wearing blue though. Look, I'm
You
a
son
match.
of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. So we
I've
can
been dressed
craft
like a
things.
gnome for the last 3 hours.
We have to get Clonk
Well, that was a
Okay.
personal
and
choice.
Scrags. Clonk and Scrags.
But you look great.
There's equipment. There's maps. Furniture. We can upgrade our home. Ew, why's it gotta sound all squishy? Yeah.
Because it is squishy.
I'm gonna go touch it.
Oh,
Spring shoes are the best. I do remember the spring shoes.
all right, I got you. Come here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Found a shovel.
There we go.
I can't pick it up.
No, you can't pick it up. Hold on. Here.
That's
Here.
okay.
What you do is here we go. There we go.
Here we go.
You think Chinggis is ready?
Oh,
I think you should send him a bunch of invites.
Small detail. I'm
my
on
God.
fire.
You're what?
Also, I'm not.
You're okay.
Oh, no.
I got you.
Oh my god. I got you.
Did you
Oh,
just throw me off the cliff?
He would never do
No,
that.
no.
He would never do that.
Get her in the
One
fire.
other
Get her
small
in there.
detail. I don't think I'm Steam friends with Chinggis. So someone else is gonna have to invite him.
Wow, imagine.
Repo
I
gnomes. I mean,
know.
kind of, sort of. I don't know. I don't get the repo vibe from this.
This girl is on fire.
This gnome is
Oh,
on
we
fire.
live
Oh
together.
my
Oh, God.
god. And he's on
Oh, God.
fire.
Come on, Dave.
Jesus. Good
Damn.
lord. Oh, it spit out his arm. Oh my god.
Oh.
Anybody need an extra?
I don't know. Bonus arm.
Extra.
Oh,
What?
you should be able to join on top of us, Mr. Chinggis.
I don't
the heck?
think he knows.
What's up here?
space.
No, it doesn't let you up there.
Nose, though.
Yeah, I got you.
Nose?
Oh,
I got
thank you.
think he's got space
Oh,
up
wait,
there.
we can do this together. Oh, man.
Wait, hold on. Break. Oh.
Hey, look. Look. It's a new fiery sacrifice. Wait, where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. There he is. There he is. Keep your eyes on the fruit.
Put him in the fire.
Come over here. Come on. It's okay, big guy. No, you're not. No. No!
Yeah, you did.
Anybody need a
Ow.
free
Stop trying to touch my
Anybody?
arm?
arms.
Extra arms. Here, let me put that back for you. I
Oh,
can't.
God.
All right.
can't. I tried.
Do we all know what we're doing?
No, we have no idea what we're doing.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I've not been a
All right,
gnome
Katie, you
for
playing
a
was more
while.
repo than this. I think so. Yeah. I think you're right.
Dressed up though, so that's.
Yeah, Chingus is all dressed up and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Does everybody know?
Take
how to
us
play?
away. All right. Well, I guess we're nader chasing again. Even in this game, we can chase naders.
We're just going for it.
Woo! Oh yeah, the chaos is art. This looks so familiar. This is worse than the time the raccoon got caught in the copier.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right.
Wait,
You know
the
what we're
raccoon
doing.
What?
What?
Yep, we're
I'm going this way.
stealing a mousetrap.
Let's go. I forgot. I have to jump upstairs. This is silly.
But you're very short.
Who do I think is going to be
I know
caught
this
first?
is a new experience
Break.
for you, but
Okay, but I can't. Oh, gosh,
some of
dang
us
it.
are used to it.
Oh no! Oh, my ankles. Break my ankles.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh God,
I'm fine.
you don't look very okay.
I'm fine. They're my magic legs. All right, there's a window. I'm going in this window. I'm gonna try. It feels right. We got a window up here. Can I go past the umbrella? Yeah. All right. Well, what's our objectives? Oh, there's some gnomes over there. All right. We need to steal a mousetrap, break the television, break a window, flush an item down the toilet twice, and steal a bottle, full or empty. What? Oh! Oh, shit. This is fine. Oh, is that the guy? I think I just heard him. Shit. Oh my God. I keep doing things. I think I'm breaking the game. So far, so good. We're rocking. Is that my blood? Did he shut the window? Oh no, there's a rat!
The rat's fucking me up.
Are you okay? Okay. Is there anything beneficial in this kitchen? Mousetrap, television, break window, flush an item. Ah. Oh, Jesus Christ, you scared me. Oh my God.
That's my dead body.
I see your dead body. Oh. Okay. Okay, fuck it. I gotta get Baron back. All right. So by going over here and hitting this thing, we can bring him back. I don't know if there's a limit. I don't think it matters. I got you, boo-boo. Are you okay?
That rat came out of nowhere.
I saw it.
I thought that I could do
I thought it was
something
break,
about
yeah.
it. Turns out, no. Not able
It turns
to.
out, no.
He's got a gun.
He's got a gun. Break. How's it going?
I flushed one thing down the toilet, but the other things won't go.
Hold on.
Like, what was wrong with my selections?
Is it not flushing?
It's not doing the thing.
Okay, what the shit? Did I just get
Okay,
stuck? Oh,
you, like,
okay.
went
You're
head
breaking
first
it.
in the drawer.
Uh,
Breaking it? Did you just flush yourself?
no, he's popping shots.
Oh, you're behind me.
Did you hear,
Oh
Farron?
my God.
Yeah.
Farron?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh, it's Chance.
I
Don't
don't-
get shot. Oh, shit.
What do we-
I'm not sure if I'm all right. There's no other things in here. What else?
Oh my God, he's washing his hands after the murder. Oh my God, he's looking for me. Oh my God. Oh my God, we haven't done jack shit. Oh, steel mousetrap, nice. Where the hell's the TV? What the hell?
Maybe. Oh my God.
Where's the living room? Oh.
I haven't ventured very far yet.
You're doing
Okay.
good, kid.
I'm gonna. Oh my God, you have a gun. What the hell?
They don't have a gun. They have a controller. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, not again. He got shot to pieces. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna try to do strategy. What's up, bitch? Unless he's right behind me, then I'm dead. What? What? Why didn't they break the TV? Okay. Really? I'm gonna break it with a pillow. Okay. Game cartridge. Ready? Yeah. Yeet. Fuck. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God, it's not a... It's not strong enough. Yes. Okay. Break a window. Flush item down the toilet. We apparently can't do. Steal a bottle. Okay. Hey! I broke the TV.
Yeah. Oh shit.
You almost had it. Missed it by that much. Nailed it.
Oh shit. Kill him, man. So much more. Hey, real quick. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'll be the lookout. I'll be the lookout.
You're doing great, Drake. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm trying to unclog the toilet.
Trying to unclog it so you can
Didn't know
flush
that
it. See,
was-
that was your issue. There's your problem right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
get this ball out,
Yeah.
okay. And then we put the lotion in.
Put the lotion in the basket. Guys,
And-
I hate to tell you this. He is butt naked.
Oh, shh.
And he has a gun.
Still has a gun.
The butt naked old guy just killed Baron.
Baron, you okay? Oh no, he's not. He is definitely not.
Can I clog the toilet with his body?
Baron? Oh man, he's in pieces.
Okay.
So I don't know that I don't think we can finish this task then because I think it be broke.
But maybe it's just this shit doesn't flush. Can I flush myself? What the fuck? Why can't I grab the lever? Come on! Why can't I grab the... You broke it.
Oh no. I think somehow we broke it. Flash room. He's got. Can I fight? I'm gonna fight him.
Kick his ass, Seabass!
Fight you.
How do I get up there? I can't get up there. Fuck it. Are there two toilets? Maybe. Oh, look at this fun room. Oh my god, there's an obstacle course.
So I'm dead.
Okay. I need to get out of here. Can I grab? Bro, I swear. Why can't I pick anything up? Oh my god. Break! Whatever, fuck it. I'm out of here. Oh, too heavy? I don't think so. I was just picking it up. All right, I don't know which way I need to go. I don't know which way's the correct direction. I need my legs to go back, though. You ain't got no... Oh, wait. Was it the trampoline? It was the trampoline, right? That's where we started. You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. I'll jump on the trampoline eventually. I just want to bring them back, if possible. Out of charges. Well, shit. Should I just hit the bell? At least 3 tasks. Oh my god. At least 3 tasks must be completed. Oh my god.
Chinga's still alive.
Is he? What is he doing?
Wait, can you bring Baron and I back?
No, we're out of charges. Hi, Mr. Rafa. What the hell are you doing?
Get the fucking frying pan out here. Dude.
Is there a way to get more charge? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. That's a great question. Oh my god. Oh, I thought I had it. Wait, I have an idea. What if I go on top of the door and then... on top of that guy. So like, hold on. Nope.
No.
I think there's a taser in there.
Taser.
I thought I saw that.
Fucking shit.
Okay, this isn't good though because I'm not where I need to be. Shit. I need to do this over there. Okay. Ow! God damn it.
Get in the tornado!
I fucking tried. What do you think I'm doing?
Leave.
Oh my god.
You're supposed to leave the mine. Get out of there. Uh-oh. Oh, of course Grandpa doesn't see you. Yeah.
You just have to be good enough, that's all. Nader's coming. We gotta go. We gotta go. And see, thank you so...
And
You were saying you just...
Oh.
Oh, look at that. Oh, you
Oh,
did.
almost had it.
Oh, look.
tornado's gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
you're
How many
dead.
times did you live?
Well, I
Oh my
died
God.
once.
How many
Unlike
how many
Barry,
You're
charges
to
do
the
we get?
fire.
Okay.
I only died once.
And we did it.
Twice.
We did it. Okay.
All
Can you
right. That was a
stand
that
by
was
the
a test
window?
run. It was a test run.
Mike didn't flush the
That was, we
bottom
were
down the
basically
toilet.
just playing the tutorial.
Who stole the mousetrap?
Fine.
Well, that was me.
Oh,
Ow,
Okay.
son of a bitch.
that was swift.
It was a test run. It's fine.
Only 3 charges per round?
Interesting.
Well, I guess
Okay.
that's good to know
That
now.
makes sense. It's not
First off, I didn't
unlimited.
think
We did
that
not
the
know that
rats
it was
were gonna
limited.
eat you.
I didn't know
And
it was
then
limited.
The second
yeah.
time around, I had no idea that Grandpa was such a crack shot with a pistol.
We've experienced him before. What do you mean you didn't know?
He's
in
the
the
war,
he does the
man.
kill
I
shot.
don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah, but like he would sit there and like take me out from like across the room, and then he would see Flash and be like, "Man, I don't see
He was
anything."
kind of
Because his
Keep
back was
walking.
turned.
You know.
Your back was
probably-
turned.
No, it wasn't.
No.
What is the rundown for this game? So we are gnomes. We have tasks.
I touch brakes
Typically,
flat.
it's trying to break things, steal things, whatever it may be. And that's, yeah, our mission is to do those things. I believe you have to complete 3 tasks to beat it, to move on. And the old guy is not an actual person. No.
Right.
It's AI.
Oh, God.
Okay, what are our tasks? Steal an
We-
item from the
Steal
bathroom.
any-
Break 4
Make a gnome
windows.
slip using a bar of soap. Break a
Steal a
window.
kiss.
Steal.
Guardian
Man, a
gnomes.
tuna.
Oh, I got the Kiss Garden Gnomes.
I
I got that one. I'm gonna nope. I already called
I'm gonna
it.
steal a
I'm
can of
catching up.
tuna. Tuna's mine. Back off. Do I go in? You know what? Hold on. I might 200 IQ this. Hold on. If I can get him to pick me up and throw me out the front door. Oh, shit. Right to the kitchen?
It was because Baron's dressed as a gnome. That's why Grandpa kept coming for him.
That's true.
Fine.
He knew. Oh, perfect.
Broke a
Great.
window. What?
Yeah.
We're supposed to. I broke one.
Oh, we need 4 broken windows?
No,
Shit, we couldn't break
break
one last
another.
time. Kiss garden gnomes. Okay. Hey, Wicked, how are you? Where the hell is the tuna? It wouldn't be diabolical and stick it in the fridge, would they? It's probably going to be probably one of the upper cabinets, right? Holy shit, that's heavy. Oh, I found a blender and a knife. I hear him.
I killed myself with a knife.
All right, I got you.
My man.
I got you.
What does he have? A key?
Hey.
We
Oh,
got
he has a
break
key.
away.
That's nice. That is why we don't
Oh,
run with
yeah.
knives. This is true.
Hey.
All right, Chinggis is in the window. Hold on, maybe I can spot the tuna from his cam. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Chinggis, you better run, boy. Oh. Do they have open lobbies? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. This is nice. I'm getting a lay of the land by watching them. Good things come to gnomes who wait. He's really... I hope the guy shows up.
Is this even possible?
He just tried to throw up on his back. I believe I don't know if the layout of the one house changes. Oh, if this thing runs into him.
Yes.
If that thing runs into him,
Okay.
He gets sucked up, which is what we see now. I was just about to say that you can get sucked up by the Roomba.
Help!
Where are you? Oh my god! What is
I'm grabbing! Help!
the...
She's got to stop it.
Hit the button or
She has
something.
to
I
stop
don't know how to
it.
turn it
She
off.
has to stop it.
I'm touching
Jump on it.
I hope she gets sucked up too. You know how funny this will be? Okay.
Oh.
Turn it on, turn it on, turn it on.
Oh.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, I'm glad we didn't panic.
Where's Chinggis? Okay. We have a lot of work to do. We're falling apart. Man, did that suck, huh? You get it? Roomba. It sucks so you can...
I get it. I get it.
What the... What is he doing? Oh, Baron broke his legs. Being in a bush, I guess. Does Break need to do this? I'm not sure. Hey, Shaggy! What up, homie? Thank you for the raid. Shaggy, how's it going, dude? Dolphin, welcome in. What's up, Susie? Hello. Break a window. Make a gnome slip using... What? Why are we flushing things down the toilet? What is the... Or is she just trying to do this just to steal something?
For some reason, he just carrying the gun nude.
Chad, I wanted to be known that I got two things done, and the time that my teammates have gotten none.
I've been dead this whole time, you prick.
I am going to revive you, sir.
Nope, that's not correct. No, that was my defense why I haven't got anything done, because he murdered me.
Well, all right, here, come with me.
All right,
With me to the backyard.
let's do the things.
I threw a shed key out here.
How's it, Noman? Hey.
So somewhere.
I was watching you
somewhere
try to do it. And I saw you try to throw it behind your back. That was pretty good.
I tried.
Oh, hey, how are
Oh,
you?
what the hell?
What is this?
Hello.
I don't know. Hello?
Hello? Anyone home?
Oh my god. Well, Break, he answered for you. I'll let you.
Bro, this has like
Let you
what
deal
song?
with
What's music? What's this music sound like? Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, sorry. I just instinctively said that he murdered me. No, he didn't. I murdered myself. Sorry, I killed myself with a knife. Why is he following us, Baron?
Baron, why is he following us?
I think he's following Break. I don't think he's following.
I think you're right. Why is he following Break? Do you know what that music makes me think of? Makes me think of Donkey Kong Country. That's what that is.
I kind of hear it. Yeah, I could hear
Yeah.
it. Okay, so I threw the key out this way, so it should be.
Would the thingy not pick it up for us?
The
little guy that collects items?
I don't know.
I would assume so. Anyway, is there an easy way to break a window? Hey.
Hey. This is the shed key.
Give.
Wait. Ready?
Got it. Yeah. Now I just gotta find it again.
What was what? Nothing?
Okay, where'd it go? Where'd it go? It's gotta be close by, right? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Oh god. I don't know where it went. What if I just keep doing this? Oh, thank you. What if I just keep doing this until maybe something moves?
Can you guys get to the window and close it? Or are you
Maybe it went a little further than I thought, you know? Oh my god. Broke your legs and lost the key. I thought that it would just fall to the ground, and maybe it did. Oh, nice. I bet Baron completed all 3 tasks. I just can't see shit. Dude, where did it go? Come on now. This is ridiculous. Look, look, look. I'm peeking. I'm peeking. There's no key to be had here. Does it reset if you drop it? Oh, maybe. I don't know. That would suck. Oh my god. Oh my god. How did it? Oh my god. Let's go down here real fast. Okay. Steal a can of tuna and make a
Did you leave a knife on the floor in the kitchen?
I'm guessing you found it. Did you leave a knife on the floor? Oh, well. Now that you mention it. Well, this... are you? How does that even happen? That is silly. Can I break the window with you? Oh, shit. Oh, my God. God, I keep losing all my stuff. Couldn't do that again if you tried. Nope. Okay. Break the window. That. Yep, we're being cheated. That just went through the window. Oh shit, but I still can't break the window though. Hey, big guy. Love you. Kisses. Okay. Steal a can of tuna, make a gnome slip using a bar of soap. Where's the soap in this piece? Oh shit. Why is there a mousetrap inside? Climb, damn it, climb. Okay. What the hell?
Aaron's shooting people.
What the?
It's dangerous in there. Also, the dude's being shot, but he's also naked.
But he's also naked. Where's the tuna?
I don't know. I was trying to find the tuna when I found the knife.
Oh shit, where's the knife? Okay, it's over there.
Yeah, be careful. What's this? Stop it. I don't think that's tuna. Oh, that's coffee.
That's coffee.
What?
Jesus.
Do you think that's Baron? Do you think he's fine?
We gotta go. Oh, you found a rat?
Found a rat. Chase me.
How do we get out? How do we get out? How do we get out?
I think the front door's over here.
Okay.
Maybe? Where there's a toilet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. We can flush.
Yeah,
I'm down for the flush inning of 2026.
Okay.
All right. Flush us.
Oh, perfect. All right.
What's that taste? What's that taste? What's that smell? Wait, that way?
Is it?
Is it this way?
No, I think you're right. I think it's this way.
He better not be naked and out here. I swear to God.
I love the way your booties.
You got a problem with my cheeks?
Booty when you run.
Hey, you better leave my cake out of this.
Wait for me.
Come on. Right here.
Okay, I'm coming.
Shaboinga.
Oh God, did we miss it? Oh God, you shouldn't have waited for me.
I shouldn't have waited for you. I should have went.
Hey, who's in here? Is there anybody in here? Oh.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
You guys know you gotta make it to the tornado. It's spit break right.
It said go to the tornado, and we basically ran straight to it, and it was gone.
Oh,
Okay, this thing spit me out and off the side of the cliff. Can I get out now? I want out.
You can just crouch.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
There
You just gotta touch the dangler back there.
Hey, we didn't
I
die
could not
this
find a can
time.
of tuna, man.
No, I tried looking. It must
find
be
the
in
can
the
of
top
tuna.
shelves or something. That must have been the problem. Missed it by that much.
Oh, we lost. Yeah, you should have just left me.
Wow.
I was like 2 steps behind Flash, but he would have made it, and I wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's true.
Crazy.
This is the truth. Do we share resources or do we have our own?
I think we
I think they're shared.
share. Because
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't
shared.
gather any of this, and I'm seeing items.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you only get one of these things, right?
I think so. Do we have enough to make anything?
There's a marble
Oh,
Got
gun.
enough to make a
shoes.
grappling hook.
A
Or
gra-
a helmet?
We do have enough to make
Or
a grappling
pickaxe.
hook. That's crazy.
Okay. All right.
Got enough for spring shoes.
Oh, okay. String shoes. All right. All right.
Oh my
Um,
god.
He already made a hook.
Yeah, well, I said, you said, what can we make? And I said a grappling hook.
So you just made it. I
Oh,
see.
look at somebody who used up all the plastic.
Yeah, look at somebody who used
Baron,
up all the
Baron.
hooks.
Baron, how many times did you shoot the naked dude?
Grandpa got shot in the ass a couple of times. And then Chinggis tried to kill me with the gun.
That is not true, sir.
That
Wow,
is
that is-
very
you
true,
tried
sir.
to shoot me
Real
first.
mature, fellas.
You pulled the trigger
Real mature.
first. I disarmed him. Okay.
Round 2 fight. That just threw me in the fire. I hope I'm not on fire. Time to hit the old dusty trail. Mr. 420, have a good one, friend. Maybe the grappling hook will get you those upper cabinets. I think it'll just make it a lot easier.
Oh, good thing we got the grappling hook. Be able to go up into the second story window.
Hey, yo.
Okay. Okay.
You think?
Oh, I hope so. That'll be great.
Oh my
I mean,
god,
listen,
the gnome
I
house
can't-
is so far away.
It is very far away.
What was that, ma'am?
That was Break dying. Hey,
Oh
Break,
my
there's a
God,
moat there.
Look at her wiggle. Look at her wiggle.
Apparently I can't swim.
Oh, well.
Goodbye.
It was great. It was great knowing you,
Oh my
okay?
god, are you you're just gonna leave me?
What do you want me to do?
I don't think you. Never mind. I figured it out. I was
God,
like, can you not go grab me?
can't take you anywhere.
No, you really can't. I wasn't
Atlas,
looking.
hello, how are you?
I didn't know there was one.
My God. There's a fishy. Oh, what's our tasks?
Oh, good question.
God damn it. Okay, I'm going down here. I can't.
Open a window. Look, we
Gather
already did
fraggles,
one.
open a window, kill a rope.
Kill a roach. Still an item from the basement.
What's up, you big old idiot? Oh, he's not taking me to the front door. Shit. Hold on, what do I need? Well, where are we going, Grandpa? We're not going to your secret room, are we? Grandpa? Where are we going? Wait, what's down here? Grandpa? Grandpa, what's that smell? Grandpa? You're not gonna put me in this bucket, right? Grandpa, what the shit? Help! Help! Help me! Can I roll? Help! Oh, help now! I don't know if I can talk to them or not. I assume I can. Oh, please, somebody help. Oh, I can roll a little bit. Okay. Little help now. Hello? You can still talk to them. They're just not answering yet. They're not. Hello? My God. Why do I keep rolling towards the wall? I don't... What the hell? Anybody? I'm in the basement. I just keep rolling around in the same. I don't know if this is something you can guide or not. Let's see.
Son of a bitch, you let me know. You let me go. No, not the toilet.
Oh, thank you, Knight.
You gotta yeet it. Shit.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I guess this is where we hang out for the rest of the time. It's fine. I was hoping that he would take me to the front door. No. He immediately puts me in the basement and ties me up. Yeah, I'm alive. I'm alive. I've just been captured. I'm just tied up. All right. There's Chinggis. Break. Not exactly sure what Chinggis is doing. Yeah. It puts the lotion on its skin. It gets the hose again. Oh, damn it. Anybody?
What?
Break. 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 Over here. Break. Help. What do you think I'm doing? I'm into some weird shit.
I'm not saving you. Okay,
Help me.
come here.
Quick,
Oh,
untie me.
shit. I don't.
How do you untie me?
Run. I don't know how to do it.
Yes, there you go.
I'm pushing
now
you.
we're talking.
Okay. This is working.
Okay, just beating the shit out of me. That'll teach me. Okay.
Let the old guy grab you. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, thank you. Holy
Jeez.
shit. Hey, I saw some roaches down here. We could probably kill one if we have something.
Okay.
There's a safe.
Here's a safe.
Can we open that?
I don't know. Your code?
I don't know. That might be accessible. I just don't know how. Maybe you get extra strength. You need a key. Oh, there's a safe key somewhere.
Oh. Interesting.
Any objects down here to kill the roaches?
I know there's something on the. Can I lift you up onto the pool table?
I don't know
You
if we
think
can
that's
lift
a
each other
thing?
up like
'Cause
that.
there might be. Oh. There might be something up there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a
I
thing.
think it's too. I think it's too high for
I think
jumping.
all the tables are too high. Oh, they got a roach anyway. Steal any item from the basement. Oh my God, we have to take something from down here.
Oh. Well, what? Everything's so tall.
I know, literally
The
everything.
hell?
Hi, Mr. Song. I do have bouncy shoes, but they're not it doesn't bounce me up to where I need to be. Oh.
Think twice if you need help.
This isn't going well for me. Oh, and it isn't
Oh.
going well for Baron.
I don't feel so good.
My head just popped off. Chinggis is trying to dodge the old man. Rake is trying to do I don't know what.
What's that?
Does she not does she know that I'm dead? Hey.
Oh, hey.
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 So my
hey,
head my
I saw
head
you
fell
fall down
off.
the stairs.
Yeah, my head popped off. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Is he in the microwave? I wish I could get the view from outside.
Being roasted alive.
Oh, there it is. For a second. Yeah, he's being microwaved.
I'm still being roasted alive.
I'm coming. I don't know how to get up there.
Man, things are really heating up now.
You leave me alone, sir.
How do I get up there?
Oh, listen, I'll get the hang of it after a while, okay? It just takes time. That's all. Did you finally burn to death?
I'm dead.
Damn,
Once you
dude.
get
Old
to
guy, I
running
thought
up,
he was going to take me to the
I
front
had to
door.
jump.
Nope, he tied my ass up and threw me in the basement.
Oh, he did he?
Yep, that. Oh, and look at break.
that I did. I'm gonna die.
This is going so well.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god. So
I'm
my
gonna
headless
die.
corpse is over there because when I jumped, it popped my head off.
They're never gonna find me.
Let's see what Chinggis is gonna do. What's he
All right.
gonna do?
Gifted sub says Chinggis dies before he gets to you.
Or did you say that's a break?
Before he's able to. Before no. Before he
Oh, before he saves
Chinggis
us?
makes it. Yeah, before he saves us, he's gonna die before he saves us.
You know, I'll take that bet. Don't,
That's
if he goes down there, I don't take that bet. He had like it has to be suspiciously quiet.
Right. Grandpa just somewhere. Who knows where Grandpa is?
What is he? What is the goal
trying to-
here? What?
Is he even trying?
You can't just open the door.
Outta here.
Go to the turlet. You got to get out of here, Chinggis. You must get out. Go, go, go.
I'm trying. Where is out?
Chinggis, get us out of here. There's an exit down in the basement.
He's no, don't you dare listen to him. Fuck, it's on cooldown.
Oh,
No.
there's
Son of a bitch.
in the basement.
He's lying. There's no exit in the basement. He's lying. Don't listen to him.
Oh,
Use the toilet if you have to.
fuck.
Break is
Oh,
stuck
shit, the
in a
toilet.
Roomba down in the basement. She is stuck in a Roomba.
You can hear her muffled. Oh, there she is. She's just having a hell of a time. I don't know where he's going. I guess
There
he's just
she
going to
is,
jump out of a
yeah.
window. Let's see what his plan is here. Oh, nice.
He's gonna get hit by that door stopper.
Oh! It was literally right there in front of him.
Right in front of him. Right in
I
front
don't
of
know.
him.
Oh, yeah, there's a turlet.
Topogram.
Yes, the toilet is your destiny. Yes.
Oh, please.
There he goes. Yes. Oh, Break's dead.
Oh, and I'm dead.
So Baron was
Wait, how
Baron was microwaved to death.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
jeez. I
And
was trying
Chinggis
to
just threw
jump
himself
on the
into the
Roomba
sewage.
to see if that would help me get on the pool table or something. And I literally said, don't get sucked up. And then that's immediately what I did. So it went great.
Is Flash
Exactly.
gonna drown? Is
The
that-
Chinggis.
All right, no, it's Chingy. Yeah, Chingy's gonna drown. No.
Oh, he's just flopping around. It's great.
Oh,
It's
oh.
great.
There you go.
Flopping around.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
You got this, big guy.
Look at the pig.
Is there a pig? Oh my.
Yes, save us. Save us. Yes. Yes.
No, no, no.
Yes.
Son of a-
Yeah. Coming at
One time,
you.
Chingy doesn't die.
Let's go. Easy gifted sub. Let's go.
Did
There's a
I?
little bar over
One
there.
time-
Be
because
Yeah, I
careful.
saw that.
There's only like
I
a
said
minute
Chingy was
left
definitely
before
gonna
this.
die before
Yeah, and we've got
They-
three
they
objectives.
really- we
Listen,
have
that's a win.
everything. They really. I mean, it is, but
I'm not going back
they're
in.
Going in.
We don't have time to do anything.
Okay. Hi.
Let's say, hey, you
Oh,
did good.
you
You did
worked
good.
out?
You did
You're
great
so-
job.
You're so firm.
You did
Oh
good.
my
Okay.
God.
I don't like that your mouth is moving while you're doing this.
Oh.
This is
I mean,
uncomfortable
your
for me.
mouth is moving too. Oh, hold on.
Here, I'll hold your cheeks.
Ow. Ow.
Hold on. Can I get your armpits? Oh, I've done. Oh, sorry. Oh, grabbing the wrong parts. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, it's all in the hips now. It's all in the hips. Oh. Grabbed your beard? Got your beard?
Oh, get off my beard. Get off my beard. You don't touch the beard.
Oh, geez. I'm sorry. A little low. Look. Here, I'll hold that for you. Wait, hold on. Let's go to
No,
the side.
thanks. The doctor says I can't carry anything heavy.
Oh, I see what you did there. All right. Place your bets if they're
Not
going to live
here.
or not.
They are not.
Can't believe there's a goddamn warthog out here.
Okay, so old man's got a shotgun now,
Oh my
and
god.
he's literally holding Baron between the shotgun. Yeah, this isn't. He's not gonna make it. He's going
So-
back in the microwave again.
I tried to get him to get me through the front door. He didn't do that. Yep. He threw me in the basement and tied me up.
Oh my god.
And then I went to jump up the stairs and my head fell off. Some crazy shit happened. What is that? Is there
What?
two of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait a minute. No, it's not. What is that? What is kicking up dirt?
Oh, that's it's a bad guy. I don't know if it's groundhog or what. Okay, I think they're both dead.
Out of time, get the
They're both-
nader.
no, no,
Not
no,
a problem.
No. Oh my god, I was hoping to revive him.
Oh, ads are about to happen. Oh, there they go. Baron tied up. Oh, yeah. If he's not dead and he's tied up, then we can't get him. He has to be dead for us to bring him back. Ow!
So Baron's still actually alive.
Yeah, that's what
But
we wouldn't have been able to bring him back
AFK,
because he's
can't
not
be
dead.
untied. Yeah.
He's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You just left him there. That was kind of rude.
He's in the kitchen,
But
but
we
is he
told you
tied
guys
up?
not to
We
go
said
back
there was
in
5
there.
minutes. There was no time. There's no way. Baron also does owe us a sub.
Made a
He
bet,
said,
it's
yep.
fine.
He placed a bet.
Yes.
We did good, kid.
I was about to save him, and I guess a rat bit my ass.
Well, if you
So-
didn't let a Roomba that was moving at the speed of light run into you.
Hey, when he's not there, look, come over here. Come over here.
Yeah.
You can actually
Yeah.
move his face.
Aww.
Thank God. Here,
Wait,
move
the
his
world has
butt.
become more hostile because this wasn't bad enough already.
Oh, is that what it just said?
Yeah. Day 3, you feel like the world has become more hostile.
I think my spring boots are gone. Oh, I'm sad.
Oh no.
My heart.
We have new maps. We even do island or mountaintop. Which do you want?
Ooh, island sounds cool.
Ooh.
That's a big fucking house too.
Yeah.
All
Go
right.
Tiger. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm down, Charlie Brown.
Ooh. I want to live there. Can we live there?
Yes.
Sweet. Fulfilling
Ah-ha-ha.
my gnome destiny.
Don't you dare touch it. I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold you in contempt. Ah! The game is fun. Just trying to get used to it, trying to understand how to do different stuff. So far in like 2 games, I have felt borderline useless.
Dude, there's a helicopter landing pad
Let's go.
place.
You're telling me there's a helipopper somewhere?
I guess
A
so.
helipopper.
Yeah, helipopper.
Open the garage door with a remote. That's
Open
one of our
says me.
tasks.
Okay.
Stealing glass jar.
Stab a roach with a
Open the
knife.
garage door. Gather plasto.
Open a
Stab a roach
couple
with a knife. Open a
windows.
window. All right.
Okay. Okay.
I like it. Is the helipopper hiding in the garage?
Maybe.
That'd be cool.
Is that where they keep it? That'd be cool.
Just comes hanging out.
I don't see any windows.
Hey, Break, why don't you go talk to your buff boyfriend?
Can you open? Can you open the door?
Place.
Oh,
Think
he's
so.
over here. He's over here. You're not saying?
Yeah, he got sucked up by a Roomba last time.
He did get sucked up by a Roomba. What the hell are you doing here?
What was that?
I don't know. Some guy.
What was that noise? Is this place impenetrable?
I don't know, but there's a tree house.
Can we go?
Dude, is there no windows in this bitch?
There's like.
Oh, there's
no
one right here.
front
Okay, so we just went to the wrong side of the house. Roger that.
The old man's right here. He's right here. Don't come up here.
I'm gonna touch him.
He's staring right at me.
What are you looking at,
You'll
old
be
man?
fine.
Oh,
Oh, all right. There go your legs.
Dingus, hold me.
I ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. I ain't got no legs. He can, by the way. He will open that.
Ow. Ow.
Shit.
I fall
Lost
down.
legs. Oh, we're okay. Okay.
Hey, hey,
Hey,
I hear music.
you son of a bitch.
get me through the window.
Yeah, that's what you get.
He got me through the window.
Is he about to drown you?
Bitch, no.
Did he just close the window I opened? Hey.
I don't know, but he caught himself a,
that. You
he caught
leave it
himself a
open.
chingus fish.
You're doing great.
Here we can see. Oh, Break, you blocked me. Oh my God. Oh, Break got 2 of us killed. You believe that? Barrett,
I'm coming. Yes, I'm coming.
Barrett. Oh shit, I'm in the oven.
I'm swimming.
Oh God. Oh God, I'm in the oven. I'm in the oven. It's hot. I'm in the oven. I'm in the oven.
We'll get you.
All right, I got you,
I
buddy.
swear to God.
I'm in the oven. Help.
Okay, you can flop your.
Help.
You should be good.
Oh, damn it, break.
Help,
What?
I'm in the oven. Little help now. Help, Chingus.
Flash.
I'm in the oven.
Flash.
I'm burning alive.
Got you.
Get me out of the oven.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're a little charred.
Oh,
You okay?
I was getting a tan.
You okay, little guy?
I was getting tan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I was cooking. Good looking. What the hell just happened?
I stood on it.
What did you? What happened?
You did what?
There was a little thing on the ground. It was like a circle and it had like a plus on it. And
Was it a
I
mine?
stood on it and then I
You blew
think
up the
so.
whole kitchen.
It blew up.
You blew up the whole damn kitchen.
Holy shit! Well,
Oh, you're doing it.
trying
Can you
to.
get that thing up there? Oh, geez, I grabbed your face.
That's fine. I
Didn't
probably
mean to.
deserved it. Oh hey, I didn't count on this being up
can
here.
we take that? Can we take the abacus or whatever this is?
Abacus.
Yeah. Okay. What the hell?
He's so. Oh shit! Run, Break, run! What else do we need to do? Steal a glass jar. Shit.
Open some windows, don't we?
Well, too bad. Unfortunately, most of the kitchen has exploded.
Oh, it's
Hi, I don't-
fine.
Who is this? What? Okay. It's good seeing you. I don't know who that was. They didn't say anything.
Someone got blood.
Let me up. Let me up.
Oh, yes, that's one way to open it.
What sounds like a door endlessly opening?
Do I have to take that anywhere or just throwing it out the window?
Need a glass jar. I don't have enough height. Oh my God. I can't get on anything. Okay. Fuck this. I'm going down here.
Got the bladder the size of a pea. Don't you put me in there. Don't you put me in there. That water. Oh! Oh!
You didn't see anything? Fuck off. Oh god, I'm dead.
Break.
Oh no. Oh no. What if I bite him? Can I bite him? I'm gonna bite him. I gotta bite him. Oh hey. Someone caught a flash fish.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. Hey.
How are ya?
I'm good. How's it going?
Fancy seeing you here.
Hey. Come here often? Just a couple of fish having a good time.
But you know what? We're all in this together. Oh shit. I'm coming. I'm
Man, this resort
coming.
sucks.
You chose to come to this island. You can't complain. I want to let me up. I'm having a hard time.
You gotta.
I did this.
You gotta jump into the drawer.
Okay.
We're gonna drown Baron, aren't we?
No, you'll be fine.
Okay. I trust.
Listen, this is a lot of pressure. He does not want to pull me up.
All
oh
right.
My God. Okay, this is being.
You're totally gonna drown.
rude.
This is going well. We're doing good.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Linda,
Is Chingus dead?
doing my best. It worked earlier. There we go.
All right. You did good,
let's
kid. You
see.
did good.
E? Okay. All right. That's what I wanted.
All right. Now there's 3 of us in here. All right. Oh, man, she's gone.
Okay.
Well, this was fun.
It was so close.
This is good. This is good. This is good.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Doing it like the Olympic parkour way.
Oh God.
All right.
Almost had it. Almost had it.
Oh,
Get me out
careful,
of
careful, careful,
Come on.
careful,
Flop
careful.
to it.
And there goes.
Baron.
Under I blend. I'm gonna grab you. And get you.
No, he's not.
Oh,
Don't
man, he's
listen to
gone.
him. I'll get you.
And he's gone.
Do everything.
Just use your strong hand.
That drawer is supposed to help the situation. Okay, hold still.
Okay, I haven't
Oh,
moved.
never mind.
All right.
Never mind.
7
If you
tries a
could come
charm.
closer to
Thank
the
you, Barrett.
edge,
I got you, bud.
if you could have
Thank
come
you.
closer to the
Well,
I'm gonna go get Chingus now.
all right. I'm gonna try to heave. Oh no, need more momentum. Heave. Nope, not enough. Okay. I can't get out.
Flash, are you here? Would you get
I can't get it.
this? He has like entire. He has like a freaking bazooka.
He has a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
We have completed 1 task. It disappeared. Open the garage door with a remote. Steal a glass jar. We have to complete the tasks. Oh my god. He's just standing there. Oh my god, this guy's a jerk. Oh my god, you're such a prick, bro. I'm just gonna keep breaking my legs. I'm just gonna keep. He's just standing there with an invisible rocket launcher.
All right, is there another?
Oh. Oh, come on.
I'm guessing he just took Baron. How do we steal this? Because if I drop this, it's going to break. Well, if somebody didn't explode this door. I'm trying. I'm trying. Hey, Tony. Help. Help me. God. I can't. Can I squeeze through? Shit.
Let me go.
Oh, fuck. Cav, thank you for the biddies. It's just, oh, I can't do it, dude.
Well,
Hey,
murdered
we need to move this
himself on a
door.
knife.
Can we, is it possible to move this door?
Probably if we all pull it together. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. I think we're doing it. Pulling as hard as I can. Run.
Damn it, not again.
I'm gonna touch his ass. I'm touching his ass. I can't. Shit. Come on, we gotta move it.
Can't move it. Can't move it. We're screwed. We're screwed because of the door.
I just keep.
Flash, what are you trying to do?
Get through here.
What? Okay, great.
There's a
Why?
glass jar right here at my feet that I can take outside.
You need.
We need to steal a glass jar.
I know.
That's
You've
what I'm
got
trying to
one,
do.
But we can't get out. Okay.
Because I'm assuming this is
did
the
we do-
door from the
did we-
kitchen that
are we
exploded
doing
off
it?
of its hinges.
Oh, can you make it out now?
Oh. Garage. Garage.
We're out of time. Get to the tornado. Wait, did we? Oh, we got 3 tasks.
We did?
Yeah. Run.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Don't leave us this time, tornado.
Floor it. Yes! Whew! I don't know if it's like a, as long as one person lives kind of thing, then you're good. Do we have friends coming? Is that a friend?
I hope so.
Hello? Wait, did you die?
Hello? No, I just it won't let me out.
Open, you son of a bitch.
I got you, big guy.
Oh God. Oh God.
Why won't it let
I
me?
got that garage mode at last second,
I
man.
don't want to be in here.
Take it. Hey, stop playing with his dangle. Ow!
Oh my!
Wait, how's the Baron's not?
There he is.
Aaron was
Oh,
dead.
He's caught on the upper
Aaron was
lip.
dead.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm just okay. Can I please be let
Yeah,
out of here
you
now,
got-
please? Thank you. Man, you guys just
Damn.
really don't like windows, do you?
No, I can't. The glass jar. How am I going to get that out without breaking it? Don't those
You just
break?
lift it up onto the cat toy box thing. Just lift it up one thing at a time, and then just yeet it out. Once it's out the window, that's all that matters.
So once it's out the window, it can't break.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that's
You
information
can
I didn't
throw
know.
you can throw anything out the window, and then like once it's out of the house, it counts as like you stole it.
Ah, roger
Yeah,
that.
This little dude right here goes and picks
Yeah,
it up.
yeah,
for you.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
afraid that
Yeah.
if I threw it out the window, it would break, and then he wouldn't be able to get it. Well, now I know.
I feel like we should do
Knowing is
suburbs.
half the battle.
Suburbs sounds
Slump
sounds
or
like a good idea.
suburbs? Yeah, suburbs. I'm down with suburbs.
This one
Puke-
is surrounded
puke
by
to
a
marble.
fence, and Break does not do well with climbing up on things.
Hey, yeah.
Drag it out the front door. That's what I was trying to do, but the problem was that an explosion happened.
Just saying.
He's
Break.
just what he was trying to say was, well, no, sorry. I mean, the door that was in the kitchen exploded and flew to the front and blocked the front door. Yeah, that's why you couldn't find the shed key on the other map. It must have been because we took it outside and then the dude took it.
I stayed at Holiday Inn Express last night.
Oh.
877 cash your debt.
What the hell?
Yeah, what did I tell you? Break.
See? Immediately.
Immediately.
Seconds in. Here we go. All right, I'll go to the other side. What do we need to do? Gather fraggles. Make Jonathan slip using a bar of soap. His name is Jonathan? Microwave a metal item. Kiss garden gnomes. Of course he's gonna go kiss garden gnomes. Have fun, Baron.
That's Break. So.
Oh, sorry. Hey.
Hey. Yeah.
I'm the loogie
Yeah.
guy, remember?
Yeah.
All right, I see Mr. Chingus. We need bar of soap, and we need to find
Still
Jonathan.
I think Jonathan slip on a bar of soap.
Yeah, but then we also need to steal
some items.
4 things from inside of here. I mean, this rat is in here.
Yeah, throw it in the toilet.
That counted.
See there? Yep, there's one.
I don't know if I can get this. Eh. What else do we got? Is there enough? Is there even 4 things for us to steal in here?
Well, that's what I'm going to look for. Found a marble.
Kind of marble.
Oh, I died. Oh, you did too.
There's a vertical mousetrap in there?
How's that beautiful? I died to a bee.
Baron, I just died to a vertical mousetrap in that cabinet.
Like, what the hell? Where did that thing come from?
Well, sucks to suck, I guess.
If he gets killed, I'm going to lose it.
Them vertical mousetraps. They'll
Oh,
get
he'll
you.
be fine. You died so he could.
Just
you
let
know.
that fall on him. Just drop right on him. Oh, he's naked. He is naked behind Baron. Did you see that? Look. Watch. Watch behind Baron.
Gross, dude.
Ooh, he was naked.
Aaron, come save
Oh
us.
my god.
Wait,
He
why did you
got
leave?
me.
I wasn't done yet.
Why am I the one? How did Break die?
A bee. It was a bee.
I'm sorry. Did you
Is
just, what's her
Chingus
name?
dead
Stepped on a
too?
bee.
Chingus is fine. Chingus is fine.
What's Chingus doing? Oh, he's got a fork. Oh, he's going to try to microwave a metal object. Fuck, I'm not sure. I think I've completed like 1 objective this entire time. He dropped. No, it's okay. When you get stuff out. Thank you. Oh my God, look at her.
You're
Hey, come back
welcome.
here. Come back here. Look at her.
What?
She got a bee on her.
Oh my god, still?
Oh my god! Wait, hold on.
It's what murdered me last time.
We can get them off of you.
Stop moving.
Stop turning.
Stop
turning.
turning.
I'm
Damn
holding
it.
Still.
All right. Yeah, that guy was all kinds of naked. Oh, I have bees in my inventory. What the hell do I do with these?
Oh no, I just don't want to die to him again.
You do that, apparently.
How did you do that?
Yes, it's a weapon?
How did you? Hey, I don't know how to throw bees at you. I don't know how to throw bees at you.
Kissed.
I don't know how to throw bees at you. Well, it's too late. I didn't know how to throw bees at him. Use on Jonathan. I know, but how do you use it? I understand the use it part. Got it. We're there. Where are we going? Where are we going? Are you going to do my makeup? Jonathan, where are we going? Jonathan? Jonathan, where are we going? Oh, down here? Oh, that okay. Oh, look. Okay. 1-2. The old 1-2 punch. There it is. 1-2. Yep. Yep. Just found it out. What the hell are you looking at? He sees the bees. He's like, I'm not dealing with that guy. Fuck that. I gotta see this happen. Hold on. Sting his ass. Those bees didn't do jack shit to him. Sir, would you please go away? Oh my god. Oh no, there's a bee on me. I need help. I can see it when I I can see it when I do. Would you fuck off? Oh my god. I'm like stuck here. Well, buying him time, I guess. There we go.
Oh god,
Microwave metal item. Okay. I'm gonna try. You're doing good, kid. Hey, can you get this bee off of me?
What bee?
Do you not see the bee?
Turn it aside.
I
Stand no. I got it.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Yeah. We need to put something metal in the microwave. Here, stay up here.
Okay.
Here. Actually, that's heavy. Hold on.
Fork me. Okay.
I'll distract the old man.
Oh! 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 Oh god, it's a rat! No. Go away.
We unearthed a rat with that
Why did you
explosion.
tell me
Oh
that
my
that was
god,
gonna
that's
happen?
hilarious.
Hey, Baron, careful. We're going to microwave something.
I didn't even know he was down there.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks. Feel like a real valued member of the team over here.
I didn't even see you until you came in here like that. That poor rat. Can I steal the cooked fork now?
Hey, is there a bar of soap over there?
I mean, unless there's something up high that I don't know how to get to yet.
Oh, he got the sloth.
What the hell?
I don't know. He got it though.
He said, "Huh?" Fuck you, Roomba. Need more bathroom items. What was that?
Shit.
All right.
Are there things in this bathroom to steal?
This mousetrap.
That count?
Hold on. Grab the bars of soap. Grab the soap. Grab the soap.
I should put it like here, right? Because you'll slip on it.
Sure.
Yeah. You gotta get. Oh shit.
Are you? What you doing in there?
I'm
Did
trying
you
to
know
grab
you
the
have a
bars.
bee
I'm
stuck to you?
trying to grab the bar of soap. Yeah. How does that feel? How does that feel? I feel good.
It's great.
I feel
I
real
really
good.
enjoy it. I like slipping on the soap.
Alright, got
Okay,
another
maybe
one.
we should steal one of these. God damn it! How do
We
you
have one
stop
on the
slipping
floor.
on it?
What's happening over here?
I don't know.
Just slipping on the soap. It's fine.
Just throw,
Oh,
throw that
shit.
down.
Hi. I'm dead.
I
I
slipped
didn't
midair.
make it.
Is it in there? Nice. All right, where's this prick?
Okay,
All right.
we stole 4
I'm gonna
items
go
from the
get
bathroom.
Grandpa.
Beautiful.
Somebody go and get Chingus.
Okay.
Are you getting?
Yep. All right, where do I go? Where do I go? Fuck.
Be careful. There's like this gnome thing, the underground dust things out here. Be careful.
That what? Oh, the underground thing. How do you even get away from that then? What does the sloth do?
It fucks with you. It's not a friendly.
Okay. Tell him to leave me alone. The bully?
Leave him alone, you bully.
Thank you. We've completed 3 tasks. Well, they need to get...
Ow! You son of a bitch! You punched me in the face.
He punched you and then he did some weird pelvic thrust
Literally
and ran
punched me
away.
in the face.
What the shit? He still hasn't slipped on the bar of soap. Why does the toilet flush right under the grass? It's pretty disgusting. Oh, good motherfucker. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. I've got to run. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. No. 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 He's going for a kill shot. He's going for a kill shot. Ugh. Does he have a chainsaw? And he's dead. they get him to... I assume we just need to get eyeballs on him, right? Like, get him to follow me in here and then hit the soap? Oh, shit. Old man is not Jonathan. Who the fuck is Jonathan? The gnome outside? The little yellow house. Okay. Oh, never mind. Gotta go. You bully. Eee. The clay creature? Well, someone else was saying it's the gnome, not the clay creature. Oh, I should have clicked on the question. Oh, you're right. It would have literally showed me the person,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
apparently. I didn't realize, or maybe I would have saved him, but oh well.
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Baron's tied up in the kitchen.
It's good. Where, you know what? Actually, there's something very fitting about that.
He likes
Baron
it.
being tied up in the kitchen. Yeah. I think it's a love language for him.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I went through an entire Celine Dion song.
Wait. Oh yeah.
What? wait.
I watched.
Oh, I forgot how to do a
Genius
Siggy.
for 5 minutes. Sit there and try to the various different ways of killing himself in the shed.
I saw from a distance. From a distance, I saw him cut himself up with a chainsaw, and then it flew over the fence.
Cigarette?
I found a pack of
You know what?
cigarettes in the
Smoking
garage.
is bad for your health.
Yeah, you know what?
Don't do that. Don't do that. It's bad
I
for you.
forget how to do the Siggy.
I
don't remember.
What are you trying to do?
The Siggy. I don't remember how to do it.
Oh, it's because Chingus has a pack of cigarettes, apparently. So maybe you raid his pockets.
I stole
Oh.
it from my mom.
Here, I'll take it from him. What, you got a pack of cools in there? What do you got? What do you got? Huh? What do you got? What do you got?
Pull out.
Hey, Demojo. It's good. It's good so far. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
What are we in the forest?
Something on the ground. The hell? I'm gonna hold you. Never mind.
Totally.
Pack of Newports. That's what my sister used to smoke back in the day. All right, we are. Oh, hey, this is the one with the warthog. All by myself.
Here we are, deep in the forest. Searching
Don't fall down again.
something. Listen, I learned my lesson last time. Shoot a roach. What the hell?
All right, gather gravel, find a way inside the shed, shoot a roach, break a window, open a cabinet. Okay. Interesting. What if we could break those windows? I bet you we could. Hey, what are you boying? Going in. I heard a door open. Oh, okay. What? Oh, open a cabinet. Nice. Gather gravel. Oh, shit. Let me get out of the way. Gathering resources is done by stealing
really
items.
enjoying this.
After an item gets
This is
successfully
really good.
stolen, Bob will retrieve the item and bring it to your hut, where it gets processed. Okay, yeah, but gravel is gathered from items containing naturally occurring resources: wood, stone, paper, organic material. Okay.
Baron?
What do we got?
We got a roasted Baron.
Oh, yeah?
Hey.
Yep. Hi.
Oh. Yeah, I went upstairs and then Grandpa saw me. I went through a hole.
Got a Baron in the oven? Classic. Hey, bread's naturally occurring, right?
Oh, God. Oh, okay. Oh, man.
Is it like Minecraft where if you crouch? Oh my god. How do I hold it the right way? Like, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, I keep... Yeah!
Fuck you, asshole! You like that? You like that? Yeah, you like that shit? Fuck you! Fuck you, man!
I'm using the table to steady it because I don't feel... It doesn't feel steady when I'm holding it in the air. Okay, he's not a cockroach, but I'll take it. Is he just dead? Oh my god. Listen, to be fair, sir, you kind of deserved it. Fatality. Oh shit. Sorry.
Did you shoot the windows?
No, I need to find a roach.
Oh, that's right. Maybe in the basement.
Oh, yeah. Careful, I wouldn't sit in front of this.
Yeah, don't shoot me.
How do we reach that? What the shit?
I know you can do it, but
Here, jump on top of me.
okay.
No, you gotta get on top of me first.
Oh, I'm trying real
Yeah,
hard.
okay.
Okay.
Here, you get in front of the door. Get in front of the door. Right in front of the knob. There
Yeah,
you
I'll
go.
stand here. Yeah, I'll just stand here.
Yeah. Maybe if you crouch. Try crouching.
Okay.
Crouch. Aha.
Oh, there you go.
What?
Is that helping?
Yes.
Oh, look at you.
Using the old noggin.
Hey, are there roaches down here?
I grab it from like there for support. Or should I just go around shooting winders? You know? I feel like it'd be a real big pain in the ass to get this back up here. You know, fuck this. Hold on, I'm gonna try to shoot some winders. see what I
Maybe
mean by
in the kitchen.
Oh god. Oh jeez.
here comes a
If you
Chingus.
just shoot the windows out. We
Yeah,
need to
but how do you
break
aim
5
it?
Windows. Here, I'll help you. Hold on,
Do you
come here.
like stand it up first and grab it?
Ah, he's
Yeah, absolutely.
totally fine.
Wait, we
Oh,
just
do you see what I mean?
No,
Oh,
not at
ball,
you. Wait a
ball.
second. Wait a second.
Your body.
Maybe. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Should I give it a shot?
I think you should give it a shot.
Way too high.
Okay, that didn't do anything.
That was way too high. All right. What if I try here? Hold on. Hold on. All right. There. That's way too high. Okay, we gotta get closer. Fuck this.
Alright, I have front door open.
Okay. Ah, shit. I'm not gonna get a single window shot out.
It doesn't break the door window?
What?
How do we break fucking windows?
With objects, if you throw things at him like pepper spray. 'Cause I broke one with a video game.
Is it because I'm not aiming at the glass and I'm hitting the frame?
I got it.
Oh, that one's already broken over there.
Oh, mother effer. How does it look broken? Somebody said the same thing.
I broke it with a video game.
Okay, yeah, but how does it look broken though?
I don't know. It looks clearer. It
Okay, maybe
actually
that's what
really
it. Maybe that's what it is. Okay.
is. Okay, cool. That one's already broken.
Grandpa, excuse me. Excuse me. Can I use your body? You wouldn't mind, would you? I'm gonna close. I don't know if I need to
You wanna
close it.
use this to break.
Oh, you sure? You might have to. Yeah, I'll come around. I'll come around. I'll come around. I'll come around to you.
Yeah.
Oh no! You did. I
Oh
only
my
grabbed.
God.
I got it with one arm.
You know, I only got one arm.
My God. All right, try this again. Who's playing with the
We only need
pigs?
One more.
All right. Hold on. All right. Both arms.
You got it.
All right.
Smash that window.
Can I break it while it's still?
You can if you get it high enough.
Yeah.
There it is.
There's 3 tasks.
Where's that roach at? Come here, motherfucking roach.
Good luck. Do we permanently injure? Oh yeah, I killed him. I shoosted him. Yeah. He deserved every inch of what I gave to him. Is someone humping a pig out there? What is happening? Wood? Chingus, are you okay? Chingus, I'll put it back together. Hold on. Chingus. Wait a minute.
That's nice. I dropped my cigarettes next
I'm
to
giving
my gun.
CPR to a headless corpse right now. Why is this? Is this? Wait. I'm really confused. Is this possible to bring you back like this? Just breathe, man. Just breathe.
It's not possible. Just take my cigarettes and my gun. It'll be fine.
Take my ciggies. I got your ciggy. All right. All right. Ball. Is it possible to aim the gun at the warthog and kill it?
Aaron's literally just mowing the lawn out back.
Is he really?
He's got the lawnmower and he's just pushing it.
So I should go shoot him if I can. Oh, fuck. That's some
He almost
bullshit, dude.
got it, I believe.
That's some bullshit.
I believe.
I shoosted the shit out of that pig. Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck! Oh, no, no.
What?
Ow! Ow, you shit! Ow!
Oh my god, look out! Oh, the pig fucking... Good, he deserved it. Alright, well this is interesting.
What the hell is going on?
What is that? Can you untie me, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you. That thing tied me up and brought me out here, and the pig got him.
Barrett's mowing the
Barrett.
lawn and getting his ass kicked by a sloth.
Darren, you're doing great.
Dude, what is this thing?
I don't know. Hey, maybe you can mow
Can I come
him.
back?
Look at
Can I,
Barrett.
can I come back now, please?
Yeah, hold on.
Maybe
I'm
you
gonna,
can mow
I need
him,
to.
Darren. Get him the mower.
I already killed him. I already killed him.
Okay, dude.
What? The pig is sometimes...
Jesus Christ. No! No!
Genius?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh, wait,
Ah! I got my Siggy. I'll be okay.
Hey, Flash,
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah.
Lure him over here.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Lure him over this way.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Up, out of time. I can't even bring it back. Oh man. I wasn't expecting him to stand on it.
You son of a bitch, you left me.
Okay, listen.
You left me.
I went to go bring people back. I wasn't expecting Baron to step on the mine. That got really chaotic.
Baron stepped on a mine?
Yeah, he had a mine outside, so we were trying to lure the warthog over to it, and he stepped on it.
Oh. Steak. Stick.
Sir, I will have you know.
Ah.
Okay,
Want
there
the
was no
stick?
try.
Not my stick. Oh.
There was
shot
no.
that.
You're like, lure him over, lure.
I shot that. I stepped on the landmine and I shot that pig from where we were at all the way over to the. He got stuck in the roof of the greenhouse.
Did you get the stick?
I got sick.
Well deserved. Stupid pig. Well, I don't know what the
That pig
thing
was
was that
meat.
was on the porch.
Oh my god.
It's a one-time use, so man.
Oh.
You okay?
Oh.
Day 6. You feel like the world? Oh, I missed it.
The world has become more hostile.
Oh, that's what we need.
I say
Yeah,
swamp over the
nice.
mountaintop.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, so we
Mountaintop
get
sucked.
choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
There's
I'm
only
fine
one
with swamp.
window on that
You become a
giant house.
walking slingshot. Break down stealable. Ooh, the
Treasured
pickaxe.
it.
You break down stealables into their components without having to drag them out of the house.
Yeah, do we need to try some of these things to like help us out?
Yeah, that's
The
why I just got the
grappling-
pickaxe.
the only thing is I don't know how to use this stuff.
We'll figure it out. Oh my god.
I
A
got the nomium
blowgun?
gloves.
Oh, okay.
Marble.
Yeah, I brought it back.
I got the magic
treasured it
gloves.
and
What,
everything.
what do we do with the marble?
I don't know.
Oh, you pick it up and you use it with the marble gun. You shoot it.
Oh, so it's useless. Okay, so it's useless for me, but if anybody has the marble thing, it's good for them. Now, don't forget. How good is the helmet? I don't know. I haven't tried half of this shit. Purple, thank you for the 6 months, by the way. What up, Jimbo? Love the stream so much. Make the day better. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. Don't forget where we parked. I'll try to remember. I'll put my GPS down. Store it in the chest.
Wait,
Okay.
hang on. We should be able to take the front door.
Still a dog toy. There's a dog park?
Deposit resource. Aha. GG's. Good call. All right. So with this, I should be able to break down stuff. He used his magic arms.
Aww.
Oh, nice.
I'm a motherfucking gnome.
No, 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 you shit. No.
Through the window.
Can I drop it out here? Like, is it possible just to throw this on the ground?
Oh my god. What the hell?
But you can pick it up.
We turned my thing into a clunk.
Oh, look. Will they pick this up? Are you going to pick this up, big guy? Oh, okay. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. I'm just going to start breaking shit.
You gotta kill a rat.
Slice
Yeah,
it.
you're on
Oh,
rat
shit.
duty.
It's a
Don't
rat.
Hey, anybody see any rats?
Yeah, I did. I saw one earlier.
God, it's right there. Slice them up,
Okay,
man.
what kind?
Oh, thank you. I wasn't climbing that at all.
Cut his leg, cut his ankle.
He's got a knife. Oh my god, why do I have to get to the edge? Okay. Is it possible to aim this? Well, what if I stand it up? Hold on. Okay. And then I take it like this. Get maced on, you old shit! Yeah! That's what you get, you Karen! Got his ass. Yeah, you better walk on, hard ass. Got him. Listen.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Hey.
Do you need a revive there, big guy?
I do, yeah.
Okay. What if I drop this shit out here? Like, what if I do this? Does he come to get it? It sure doesn't look like it. It's only if it's items. So, really, there's only so much benefit to be had of that. Oh, shit.
Baron and I would like to be saved.
Yeah,
if
that's
it's
fine.
Not too much trouble. Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Right? Before one of you gets grabbed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Get his ass.
oh,
That's what you get, you shit.
can you
Thank you.
like, oh, hey, and then he just ran
Yeah,
off.
save you. Nah.
All right. Deposit. That's dude, the pickaxe is only good for like so much. It's not even worth it. I can't deposit the oh, we're full on gravel. Oh, we're literally okay. Well, that's useless. Oh, I'm stuck. Help. Okay, fine. Steal any item from the kitchen. Steal a dog toy from inside the dog park. Kill a rat. Find a way inside the shed and gather gravel. Find a way, it says. Who was that? Is there like a different kind of way we can get in the shed? Choose the guy. Yeah, but I need. But I need a gun first. Oh, they have a gun. Shoot his ass.
I'm gonna shoot him.
You're gonna shoot him so damn good. He's gonna wish he didn't get shot so good. Yeah, idiot.
Anybody see any rats?
Sometimes they're in the cabinets in the kitchen.
Oh my god! You scared the shit out of me, dude. What the?
This is way more entertaining to watch from up here. All right, who's the first gnome he's gonna accidentally murder?
Me.
Oh, yourself?
Yep.
You got this. Is she looking for rats?
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, kind of. Also trying to steal stuff from the kitchen.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Look what I found.
Oh my god!
Well,
He's
Baron,
still
we can
alive.
just...
He's still alive.
No, he's not, is he?
He's not. He's not. You son of a bitch came with a rocket launcher?
Yeah, and he's shot it at me.
Where do you
Oh, no.
fly?
Fuck off. Fuck off. No. Fuck. Kill him. Kill him, Flash.
Got him. Yeah, this is teamwork right here. This is how we do it. All right, now the sloth. We're just taking everything out.
I'm looking for a rat.
All right. Let's see what we can find here. No rat. No rat. Oh, there's that stupid sloth. I'm ready. Oh my god.
Oh.
You just try to shoot me? You just try to
No.
shoot me?
No.
You just try to
No.
shoot me? You just try to shoot me? You just try to shoot me?
Ah!
That's what you get. That's what you get, you son of a bitch. Yeah, murder she wrote. Yeah. You weren't even ready, were you? Motherfucker. Yeah, and I'll get your buddy too.
We're all dead, Mr. Flash. Be
Roger that.
careful.
I'm too busy stabbing a sloth. I'll get with you in a second. All right. What the hell?
Flash.
Yeah.
You want to
Hey.
come save us?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, none of us are
Fly,
alive.
Flash.
Ow.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
beat his
Flash.
ass. Beat
Got
his
him.
ass.
Eat shit. No, don't. Ow. Ow. You prick. Oh, fuck. Ow.
I'm
Oh
real
my
good.
God.
Yeah, there it is. You had to go.
Yep.
You couldn't do that.
There it is. All right.
Oh man.
Wow.
I was beat to death by
Flash.
sloths.
Wow.
Why was there like 4 of them there?
Because you didn't shoot
Because the
him.
world got more aggressive.
I stabbed him to death and he came back for more.
Oh,
Well, there
I
were
think
like
I'm gonna-
4 of them.
I think I'm gonna call it there.
That's fair.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thank
had
you
a
for
good
the
run.
games.
Thank you guys.
Oh my God, why am I
Yeah,
still stuck?
thank you. Oh. You just
Get
crouch. and walk
out of the mouth, Frank.
Oh.
You got to get out of the
Why do
mouth.
I have to crouch? I'm not that tall.
No.
Ah!
All right. All right.
Because you killed the old man. So it spawns 15
Yeah, this is a
sloths?
good time.
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh man. What did you post?
Well, game over, man. Game over.
Game over.
I have nightmares.
I poisoned the well with
Game
my
over.
blood. I hope that's okay.
Oh.
We have
Well,
to
they killed me and
delete that
it's
later.
their fault.
Here we go. Wait, hold on. Break. Hold on. Hold on.
What?
Stay right there.
Oh God,
They're right
what are you
there.
doing to me? What are you doing
Stay
to me?
right there. Hold on.
I'm
Here we go.
holding.
Here we go.
What are you doing?
Just a little bit. Little bit more. Here we go.
You trying to pull your arms up?
No. Oh,
Oh.
there goes Chingus.
Oh,
All
oh, boy!
Yeesh.
Well, there's a lot of limbs to be
Flash
had
has
here.
Lost his arms, and
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, look, a stick.
I
Ow.
think Baron's gone altogether. All right. Bye, Flash.
Unnecessary!
And that's what the sticks are for.
For beating the crap out
Knock
of
him out,
people.
throw him over the edge.
Wow, dude. Real mature.
Oh my God.
GG's team.
GG's. Now what? You guys calling it a night too?
I guess I'm probably done with this. Yeah, I mean, probably.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
to do something different?
You
I don't even know.
touch
It's
the
already
bite?
almost,
I
it's almost
touched- I
11:30. I
touched
don't know
the
what you guys, unless you guys have an
I
idea.
touched the
I
bite.
mean, it's only
I touched the
9:30.
bite.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well,
Just
not
touch
for
the
some of
bite.
us.
I touched the bite.
I touched the
Touch the
front.
bite.
I touched the front.
Touch the bite.
I touched the
Ooh.
front.
Ooh.
I'm a front toucher.
I touched your front
Aw.
butt. Yeah.
Oh,
Front butt.
does it
Front butt.
tickle?
Look,
Looks
front
like
butt.
a
Oh my
tickle.
God, my
Oh jeez.
right on there.
Okay,
Nice.
that looks
Like
inappropriate.
a bowling ball. Look at this.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
That's right.
Oh, why would you open your mouth after that? Good lord, man.
He wants to join in the fun too. Look, come on. Look.
Oh god. Yeah. You know, fun. You spit.
Ew. Oh my God. Disgusting. Yeah, I think you can upgrade your like house and all that shit.
Yeah, we can
Oh,
do all of
really?
that.
Oh, that's
But because
cool.
we fully died, we don't get anything.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess
Oh.
it's
Yeah,
per
it
the
gets
round.
really rough there at the end because there
Oh,
was so many of those
furniture, your
sloth guys.
home. Oh.
Yeah, look at the home.
I see.
But you got to
I
use
see.
the different stuff. Unlocks furniture, stockpile capacity +5. So yeah. So by unlocking those, it is
interesting.
beneficial because you can stockpile more stuff. Have they played? Oh yeah, they've played
Interesting.
Tornado Game with me before. Oh
Dude,
yeah,
This game is hard.
it is hard. We just got to get used to it.
It's a nice challenge. I mean, we enjoyed the demos too.
We did.
That surprised me. We enjoyed the game.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. Listen, if we want to go back in for more action, whatever,
I think I'm gonna call it. It is
I'm cool with
11:30.
calling it. It is late.
I'm late tired.
Okay.
Word. I'm
I'll
also
talk to you
tired.
guys later.
All right, friends.
Bye.
Thank you for the
Bye-bye.
games.
Thank
Have
you
a
for the
good night.
games.
Bye.
Bye. There we go. I gotta agree with him. It's late. When outbreak? I don't know. I don't have a time. I don't have a time. I don't have a schedule for it. No idea. Eventually. Eventually, at some points. All right. Let me end it on the other places, and then we'll go raid here shortly. I am also tired. It is just, I don't know. The past, like this week, The past week, it's just been a lot of stuff happening at once. But yeah, here in a couple minutes, we'll go raid somebody. But thank you guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, Outbreak. It's a game about storm chasing that we've been getting into recently. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. We've been enjoying it. There has been a lot going on over the last few weeks. There has indeed, man. Indeed. The heat can also take the energy away. Yeah. Love to see more of the other side. Maybe. We'll see what happens. All right, let me do that. Yeah, still got some other games that I want to hit up too. It's just finding the right time. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Thank you, Spooky Queen. Appreciate you, friend. Yeah, we'll go right here shortly. Yeah, so Wednesday, well, not Wednesday. Sorry, this upcoming Friday, I will probably be starting stream late. More than likely. I don't know exactly how late yet. I'm not really sure. It just depends because the kiddos have recital coming up this weekend. So Lord knows. But I'll keep you guys posted in the Discord as much as I can. Good night, Phoenix. Well, if you're going to bed. So I'll let you guys know. As of right now, I'm just leaving the schedule alone because I don't know exactly what time we're going to do it. No idea. I mean, I know what time I'm going to start. No idea. Good for them. Yeah, it's recital. That's why this week has been on the crazy side, just because recital week is kind of crazy. Kind of wild. Thank you, Volley. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, friends. Let me do one of these with a side of one of those. All right. Okay. And for tonight, well, not tonight. Sorry. I mean, for Friday. And also I've got to check for Sunday. Did I miss you doing the soda or is it another night? Doing the soda? Doing what soda? Oh, Siri, of course. Thank you for being here, friend. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know where we're going to go. I know where we're going to go. Yeah, what I'm going to do for now, just because these things are going to rot in the fridge, basically. If we hit the goal for the day, I'll do a soda then. If we double it before I actually spin the soda wheel, it'll be an automatic ranch. That's the way we're going to do it because I have these things just dying in my fridge. So Friday that'll happen. Sunday that'll no, Sunday I probably will be off. I was gonna say I can't stream Sunday. We'll be leaving Sunday. If I stream Thursday or Saturday, then it will be then as well. But then on Sunday I won't be streaming because we'll be leaving that day. Duh. And then we'll be back again. Well, I'll be back to streaming again on the 21st. Yeah. So the 12th I stream. There might be a 13th stream, maybe, possibly not. I don't know. And then that whole next week I'm not streaming because we're gone on vacation, and then I'm back for Sunday. So yeah, and then you know, Sunday to the end of the month will be good. Missed the stream, Vaughn. We played the Burglar Gnomes demo. Not demo, goddammit. We played the Burglar Gnomes full game. It just came out. Imagine choosing your family vacation over us. Imagine. I know. Who would do such a thing? Hope you have an amazing vacay. Thank you. We will. I'm excited. We have a lot of driving ahead of us, but flights for a family of 5 is just a little too expensive. Just a little too much. We can't do it. All right. I know where we're going to go, friends. I know where we're headed. So let's go ahead and head that way. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for all the loves always. You guys are awesome. Thank you for showing up. If you're a follower, that's for you. If you're a raid, that's for you. Creepy tier 3s, that's for you. Yeah, I'm glad we get to go as well. We weren't sure if we were going to have the opportunity to, but we were able to swing it. So, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Rafa. Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be fun. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll still be checking in on Discord and still checking socials and stuff. No. We're going to Florida, but it's not Disney. No, we try to go to Florida every year. It's been borderline a tradition at this point. So we just find a place to go stay. Yeah. It's just a nice getaway, just a different change of pace. Yeah. So 'tis the plan. 'Tis the plan. All right. Let's go raid our friend Break. We were playing with Break. Let's go raid Break. Thank you, Maroon. I hope it is too. I'm sure it will be. Savage, thank you for being here, friend. Will, thank you. Thank you. Cass, thank you, friend. All right. I appreciate you guys. I will be back on Friday. I will probably be late. I don't know how late I will be starting stream, but I'll try to keep you guys posted when it comes to time. If it's just a shorter stream and it's a little bit later, then it is what it is. But I'll try my best to be back. And then we might be able to sneak in a Saturday stream before I leave for vacation. So I will do my best. But thank you guys so much. You all are amazing. I love you all. I will see you on Friday. And then that'll be the last stream for like a week. So you guys are awesome. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Peace.